Wait, can we start over?
Hello and welcome.
Hey! Hi.
Welcome to Forge of Lore, where we talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome to our first episode of Long Rests.
Had to think about it.
Yep. I
Long
forgot
rest.
where I am and what we're
You're in my
doing.
apartment, bro. I think we need a long rest, actually.
I don't know what happened.
We're in the same room, everyone.
Yeah, look.
I'm touching Cedric in inappropriate places.
The DM is
Okay,
touching
already
me.
we've
Hey.
broken TOS.
Well,
Thank you so much for
Not
joining.
that kind of
Chat, just do me a favor. If audio is, let me know if audio's good. This is a brand new setup we're using because it was kind of last
we're
minute.
on the go.
We came up here to do some business stuff and thought, hey, why don't we go ahead and do our first stream about about the campaign, shall we?
You ever do one of those where it's like this super intense fucking comes up and then eventually it starts to go into your eye and you're like,
I think they forgot.
Yeah, I think they forgot we're live.
what? Hey, what's up?
Welcome. Also, avoid banging the table.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
My bad.
I didn't forget we were live.
Audio's good. Thank you so much, Bunzers, and thanks for following. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Fair warning, we don't have any sort of format for this or anything. We just thought we'd talk about the campaign so far, maybe give some
Answer questions.
peeks
It's
behind
still
the
my
scene.
shirt.
Yeah, and
Presenting yourself.
if you could just please donate to our coffee or a Ko-Fi so that we can afford Sam a new shirt, that would be much appreciated.
Since he's been wearing the same
My
one
shirt.
since 2016.
Yep. Oh,
Lies and deceit.
That's factually
Maybe.
inaccurate. I purchased him that shirt
Roll an insight
2
check.
years ago.
I don't have my dice. Hold on, let me ask the hammer.
Dear God.
So, let's talk about Skald. If you happen to be new here, real quick, let's explain who we are. We're Forge of Lore. We have our YouTube channel. You can find it at forgeoflore.com or at Forge of Lore on YouTube, where we do a weekly D&D campaign called Skald. It's on an original world with Viking culture, Norse-inspired culture, medieval times, but it's a world littered with ancient high-tech artifacts from a long-gone civilization. It's a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of sci-fi, married together in a beautiful, intriguing mystery. So
If you
check
don't
us
say
out.
so
Just like me and Bodil.
Yep, just like him and Bodil.
Just
We'll get
like
into that
Marcus
soon.
and Cedric's mom.
This table's going to be cracked in half.
It's your
Check
table,
us
dude.
out. We're going to be talking about the
I've
campaign
got the
here.
protection plan. It's cool.
Viv's not wrong.
And remember, guys, we're only talking up to episode 43. So,
And we all know
So-
what episode that is, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
watched the show.
Yeah, we already
He
did.
totally
Very
watches
good.
the show.
yeah.
pretty sure.
Josh doesn't watch the show at all.
I live
He's
it.
not a
I live
fan.
it. I live it.
Yeah, no, that's totally an excuse, sir. That's totally an excuse.
It's all fine now.
So, in the beginning,
There was like, oh, sorry.
it's going to be a long stream. In the beginning, we found our heroes meeting each other in Edekau, in the continent of Muspelheim, desert continent. And you guys were called together by, you're organized together by Orvar.
Tiddleson,
Orvar Tiddleson, the dwarf
Do anyone know
fighter.
his last name?
bro.
It's been a while.
He's like your
watch the
mentor. Yeah, you really should watch the show, man.
Orvar is fucking cool as hell.
Orvar's awesome, and I don't care what anyone says.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He gathered you guys together because he had a job from a family out of the capital city of Jotunn
Whoops.
to hunt down and acquire what you now know as the Radiant Capacitor. They wanted it just because it looked pretty, and their friends had them, and they wanted it too. So after meeting them, seeing the lady naked,
Oh, yeah. Roses are red.
yeah, Cedric wrote a beautiful poem. Yeah, see, Viv likes Orvar. Thank you. And yes, you spelled it right. Orvar is better. Yeah, Orvar's pretty good. So you went and spoke to them. They were very hoity-toity, but luckily their employee, Oscar, who happens to be Orvar's brother, said he knew the location of one in a
Fuck that
scabby
dude.
hideout. Basically, raider hideout. So you guys headed out into the desert and scouted out, killed a whole bunch of guys over like 2 sessions.
Our first battle was the Devil Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first battle was the
Totally did.
Devil Dogs, where Orvar stepped out because he wanted to see what you guys could do. And
Terrifying, man.
so you killed a bunch of raiders, basically took over their home as your own,
Yep.
took the radiant capacitor, which turned out was powering the building.
When you put it like that, it sort of makes us sound like the bad guys.
Yeah, the line gets blurred sometimes.
That's
Let's be
another
honest.
perspective.
Yeah,
Welcome
absolutely.
to D&D.
The Buddha dude, they're the good guys and we're the bad guys.
I mean,
I mean,
What a twist!
They
Who
drew the
knows?
first
You don't know
blood.
why they're doing what they're doing. Maybe it's to save the world, and you're trying to fuck it up. Who
oh my god, guys. We are the baddies.
I'm down with that.
knows? So, you acquired the radiant capacitor. Sideric got visited by Heimdallr in his dreams, who warned him of the end of days, Ragnarok.
Made him an omnipotent son of a bitch.
So you headed back to Jotunn Fodor, ready to deliver the radiant capacitor for, what was it, 5,000 gold each? Or 3,000?
I think it was 3.
I think it was
Shit.
3,000 each.
I got that in my bank account
That's-
right now.
Oh my
I'm
god.
loaded.
Oh my
I think
god.
I have like 300 and some gold.
Yeah, I'm a muscly dude. I don't need to buy anything. Just save it up.
Exactly, Viv. Questionable morality. Indeed.
What?
Indeed. So as you were headed back, you made it back to Jotunn Fodor. You got distracted by someone with a missing husband, which
Oh, yeah.
she said that he had just joined a tinker group.
Oh, man.
That sounds
when
familiar.
the Yellerhorn sounded, incapacitating you guys,
Killing buck.
and lightning bolts started shooting from the giant robot that stood over the capital city, unmoving for centuries. Aerating your poor horse Buckles that you love very much. Yes, Buckles! Can we just get a good Buckles?
Buckles!
Love it. I love it. Best gif ever. And chaos ensued. Ragnarok was upon you.
It sure
I
was.
feel like we skipped something.
Probably.
Like the one dude trying to get.
We skipped how you just went through
Oh
that
yeah,
whole
we totally
town
went Magni.
Oh yeah, that's
Magni.
We
right.
saved Magni and
You saved-
earned
you
a
saved-
favor.
You saved Magni first. Thank you.
Yeah.
I never got to keep
Nice.
the
You
robot.
came back and
That's what
or
I'm
no,
here
it was
for, kids.
before you
I
left.
never got to keep the robot.
Thank you. Before you left to the Scabby
Yep.
hideout, you spent the night at a tavern
Some of us.
and found Bodil,
The love of his life.
the love of his life,
Remember
and
one
the
time,
only
me and
love.
Bodil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up! About Bodil. God!
Me and Bodil.
That's right, folks. We're even worse in
You're
person.
so jealous, bro. Can't find a Bodil of your own?
You took it all. You're hogging all the Bodil.
They don't know the whisper. Anyway, they don't know the headphones off moment. Anyway,
Neither do they.
He has a
they
his
do.
Bodil?
Oh, his.
You banged a Bodil behind the
Anyway,
Huh?
What?
so
Maybe.
the next morning,
have to watch the show to figure it
you were at the, you were passing by the square, at Seta Square when Magni did his daily morning address, and a giant robot showed up and tried taking him, and you annihilated it,
Sure did.
and it blew up.
I remember
and
I helped a lot.
You
in that
helped
particular
so
fight.
much.
I was like essential.
Yeah,
You actually did help
very
quite
I
a
was
bit.
critical to
We
victory.
couldn't have done it without.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you
that's
like kind of stinted his walking abilities.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
I remember
That was
just.
me.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought he did
and I
something
tried-
with
No,
his-
he did a
I
cool
took the hammer
knee slide
and-
and bashed its leg.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
And I
what
chopped
it
off
was.
its head.
Yep.
You were
Yeah,
just
Gendry
like,
probably had.
And then you wanted the head.
I think I grappling hooked onto its face and was trying to do some shit.
But you were
Yes,
like
not
getting
being
your ass kicked.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
not being effective.
You were like, I'm gonna stab this robot with metal on metal.
Why isn't it working? The D4s, it does nothing.
Oh God!
you were immediately surrounded by guards, the Gautier, the Royal Guard, and the leader of the guard, Talik,
That's where we met Talik.
who was, as a very paranoid man, assumed and was under the impression that maybe you caused the destruction in order to save the king.
To gain favor.
To gain favor.
Sure.
Like a lot of work.
I would never do such a thing.
So you were interrogated.
You have to be more sincere than
Yeah, that was a low deception roll. So you then got introduced to King Magni, the peace bringer, who organized, as he became king, organized peace across the continents.
Yep.
He offered you favors for saving his life.
Dude, I missed
How
it.
do you guys feel about the fact that I gave you favors and then immediately took them away?
I am so sad. I had plans immediately the
I was
second he
planning
said
all the
favor.
things.
Real quick, let's go through the table. What would you have done with your favor?
I never really thought about it.
You never thought
I
about
saw a
it?
lot of beer, ladies.
Yeah? Just hookers and blow?
Pretty much.
What would Nifrim have done?
She had an idea for what she would have used that favor for, but I don't think we've gotten there yet as far as
Secrets.
secrets. Yeah, there's some secrets, but yeah, that would have been...
What would Gendry have done?
I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that Gendry wants as much power as he could possibly get. So, in the service of that goal,
You can definitely feel like a very powerful blow, but we joined in. Double favors, double hookers, double blow.
Don't do drugs,
Break at the
kids.
table.
My bad. Making a point.
We're new to streaming.
I mean, he was
Air table.
he was very much so trying to maneuver himself into a role of power, like become a jarl somewhere or something. So
I
don't
want
know.
your job.
Trying to figure that out.
Did I just have your job? No, you're
something
talking
like
about
that.
taking Tolik's job.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, either that
Just be him.
or getting into because the guy pledged like any favor if it's within his power. So maybe he was gonna
He
pick a
couldn't,
fight
like-
with another jarl and then be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, can you back me up?" And then I'll be the jarl of that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And what would Marcus have done?
A small squad of very well-trained soldiers and a location.
Why?
You wouldn't ask for your family back?
I don't like surprises.
That's not within his power.
What the fuck?
It's not like he's holding his family.
You could have some necromancers.
Can I get my
on this.
family back, please? Okay.
No necromancy.
I guess. Okay.
So, you guys left to meet the, what were the rich people's names that sent you to get the Radiant Capacitor? It was the
Well,
Hamptons.
there was the Hamptons.
Oh, the Hamptons
that was the
that
other family.
had one already. I can't remember.
What was there?
How do you make hotter?
Yeah, naked lady.
Viv, I think Gendry would have been evasive and said several fake boons until he actually asked for the real thing. Can I be a god? Can I be... Can I have your job? Okay, I'll just take a Jarl.
I guess.
If I gotta
Fine.
settle.
Just thought you were powerful. So you headed there, got the Radiant Capacitor from the Scabbies, and then on your way back, Ragnarok happened. Lightning bolts shooting from the Jotunn, just aerating, instantly, like, dissolving and exploding.
How did you guys
people.
feel in that moment when the horn sounded?
Yeah, I want to know, like, because you were mid-sentence when I hit that horn.
And then buckle.
Yep.
First that
what was
lady
your guys'
aerated.
thought of, like, when you were talking
Well,
in the
hold on. If I
horn?
remember correctly, I was the only one who was seeing everything.
You
Well,
were.
right,
was like-
but right before that, when the horn itself sounded, like you were talking about what to do about, like, should we help this lady or whatever, and then I sounded in the middle of your.
I mean, you
sentence.
as a player, what did you think?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just like,
as a player.
Yeah, like
shit.
not knowing
shit.
what was going on.
Oh shit.
Well, like, the horn was so, like, loud and it came out of nowhere because I think I was talking.
Yeah.
And it just kept going, and I was like, what the fuck? Am I the only one hearing this? Like, and I'm looking around at everybody else, and then Steve leans in real close to the mic, and I was like, shit, it's going down. That's not good.
Yeah, I purposely made that sound very obnoxious and long and confusing
Buns.
Yeah, Buns, Sam Marcus would take Cedric's mom. Yeah,
Totally.
absolutely.
Totally.
That's not in the Jarl's power.
As long as Cedric's alive, it's not.
No.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I purposely made it very confusing so you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Because that's the feeling that I wanted your characters to
Right.
be like, what the hell?
Sure.
What did you think?
Did you guys think it was a technical
I mean,
issue?
no, Eric was like, huh. Okay, something's happening.
That's still going.
This is not good.
Sam, what was going through your head?
Yeah.
Like, wow, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm starting to get irritated.
Exactly. Nailed it.
Got him.
Got him. So people started exploding all around you. Chaos ensued, and the Jotunn awoke and immediately shot a giant beam, destroying the longhouse and King Magni.
What? No body.
Nobody that
That's
you know
true.
has been recovered. I mean,
That's true. He'll
you
come
haven't
back.
been there in a long
He'll
time.
come back at the end.
In the
He's a real
movies,
bad guy.
that's what they say. No body, no death,
Yeah,
right?
this ain't a Marvel movie.
Oh, come
Should
on.
be a lich.
Could be a glitch.
Oh, lich.
Oh,
Lich.
Say
Could be a glitch.
Be a
could be
glitch.
Why not
Sam,
both?
how's it going, man? Thanks for joining.
Hi.
Hello.
Or
So,
somebody used True Resurrection.
Hello there.
Oh, true resurrection.
yeah.
All right, nerd. Whatever.
Well, you found out later that there was
No body, no
something.
crime.
No body, no crime. I
Yeah,
like
that's
it.
what disintegration's for.
I think you found out. I think you found out later that for some reason they could not resurrect him.
Yes. I don't know if it had anything to do with because magic stopped working.
That is another thing. The magic stopped working.
Like Marcus was able to use lay on hands, but it was like super
it
hard
was
for
hard
him to
for
do.
him. Your boots worked. That's about it.
Yeah, like any magic
boots
she
are
tried to
magic.
cast with her pregnant
Why did
device.
the boots work?
Magic items
Mechanical.
seem to still work because you guys still had like +1 and +2 weapons.
They're already imbued with the
It's
magic,
just
I guess.
spells
I
were
guess,
not
yeah.
working.
Interesting. And
Which
his work
lay
is
on
able to
hands
bind?
isn't a spell, so
Yeah, lay on hands
Oh.
is just an
It's
energy
an
reserve that
innate-
you keep inside
That's
you.
probably going to happen again.
Oh, that's interesting too.
To be refilled on a long rest.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know, just have
When
like a
you're
series
like,
of poisons or some
Sylvia,
shit.
God.
Yeah, I don't have any magic.
Except for now. I mean,
Everything's fine. What?
Nothing, don't worry
could have
about
been
it.
Hey.
a body double, says Viv. Who knows? Who knows?
It could have been Gendry. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Are
it
you
was
mad at me?
Gendry all along.
the other thing I was thinking about is like, if I remember correctly, I was like, dude, I'm pretending to be an old man or something right now.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
You sure were, and
Oh,
they had no idea what you looked like, and you had the capacitor.
Yes, that's right. He had the
It's the
capacitor.
doppelganger.
Oh no! I'm just gonna lay here.
And pickpocket people,
Yep.
they're not looking as a
Oh,
bonus
the
action.
humanity!
You did do some pickpocketing.
No, not some.
some.
A lot.
That's true. That's true. You hardly did any fighting. You did all pickpocketing.
Is that kind of like my MO? When there's big conflicts, just fucking off.
And then you just lie to us and tell us that you did a whole lot, and we're like, oh,
yeah,
Gendry's
sounds
really
legit.
helping out. We can't see him.
Aw, Viv
Good
loves
job.
Gendry.
Oh man.
I love Gendry too. He makes me laugh.
Gendry's fun. I always love Chaos Agents. And I'm a big fan of rogues.
Hello?
Are we hearing a noise?
Oh, that was an
my
ice.
ice maker.
It's like something scratching at the
What the
wall.
hell?
Your cat's got out.
It's an ice maker, bro.
Okay.
Get that ice.
Something in your
Gotta get that ice.
something in your freezer.
Yeah, it's a severed head.
So you guys made it
It's a noisy silver.
away from out of Jotun Fodor. Is
Hey,
it
sir?
beeping now?
Oh, it's done. It's done.
now.
Okay, it's done. Sorry, folks.
Bro, I need that ice.
And so,
How much does a polar bear weigh?
how much does a polar bear weigh?
600 pounds.
Seems like it should be more. I feel like it's a joke.
I feel like that should be way more.
No, I think they can.
Unless it's like a very sickly polar bear.
Google it.
Google it.
I feel
We
like
have
that's
the-
cheating.
Yeah,
Internet.
Google it, audience.
Is that one of your questions?
I don't think Cedric has one of those in his bag of
put forth
tricks.
the answer of 800.
I do have
Enough to break the ice. Hi, I'm B-Town.
Oh
Hi,
my
B-Town.
god, I love
Dig
it.
I dig it.
That's
But
beautiful.
for real, do you know? How much?
For real. Come on. Hey, Siri.
Now we need to know.
I'm the only one who does the dad jokes here, all right? You need to get the hell out of here. Get out of here.
Don't listen to him.
Breaks table.
So you made it out of the city as the Jotunn fell. It started walking but fell and exploded, completely annihilating the giant capital city. And in all the ruckus, you found that the guards, there were Blodhraefil, which are the elite Ulfheimian guards.
From King Athelstan?
Athelstan, yep.
Athelstan.
It's spelled Athelstan, sure.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, Apple stand, whatever.
Fun fact, that's a reference to the Vikings TV show.
King Athelstan.
The thrall that becomes Ragnar's best friend is Athelstan.
Yeah, that priest.
Yep.
Good. Do you have any, like, fun names?
I'll sprinkle it in there. I'll sprinkle it in there.
Names are important to
Names
me.
are important. So you ended up capturing one and interrogating,
Much to
finding out-
Steve's chagrin.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
don't give a shit about names.
To find out that they don't seem to be Blodhraefil. They were mercenaries. Which, fun little fact, you guys didn't pick up at the time because we hadn't gotten much into accents. But they had a Muspelheimian accent. Was the first hint that they weren't who they said they were. They
Yeah.
weren't who
Oh,
they
yeah,
appeared.
yeah.
I didn't
I
think
keep
about that.
forgetting. Yeah, they totally were Muspelheim accents.
Viv says they tried to take Magni and Ragnarok was plan B. It's more of a plan C. It's supposed to be the crazy plan. Maybe they did take him out of the city before it happened. Ooh, hadn't thought of. Oh, now you put it
Good
in our
theory.
heads.
That's a good theory.
No
Oh my
wonder.
god, we're gonna find Magni somewhere.
Just
Maybe,
chilling.
maybe,
Oh,
maybe
he's with
the
those druids.
orchestrator.
That's what I'm saying.
There's the D right
He's the BBEG.
Jesus. He's the BBEG.
So after finding
that was
out,
Siddarth's dad.
The BBEG?
you didn't get a name though, right? From
I
the
gotta
Munadhir.
kill it
No.
so I can get
You
it.
didn't
No,
get the
he
name
didn't
from
tell
him.
us
I mean, in your
really
story, you
anything.
Yeah, it was just that he was a mercenary and was paid.
He got intimidated a bunch by Marcus, I think.
Ragnarok was an inside job.
What?
I didn't intimidate. I
I'm starting the subreddit now.
gently encouraged him with a hammer to tell me things the polite way.
Yeah, and then crushed his skull.
Oh yeah, he super died.
Super
Probably.
died.
He didn't regular die.
No, it was
No.
super died.
And at that point, outside of Jotunn Fodor, trying to figure out what to do, you ran into Oscar and Orvar, who happened to be drinking
Fucking jackass.
when Ragnarok hit.
What's your problem with that?
Oh, yeah,
yeah, you'd already
You
met
got
them.
you
but-
got their house wet, and then you're like, look at I did you wrong, but
The thing was, I was just, your face was on fire. I was just helping you out.
They held him accountable
My
for his
face on
actions, and he can't stand
Wait
it.
a minute. We're getting ahead of
We're
ourselves.
not there
We're
yet.
getting ahead of ourselves here. I don't want to play the blame game. I just want to thank you. That's what I'm saying.
So you brought you brought the dwarf bros back to the Scabby hideout, where after you leveled up, Nifrim created Herm.
Yeah,
Herm 2.0. Herm is his name. It was the name of the robot butler that was enchanted of the rich people.
That's right.
And then you kind of made it Herm 2.0. Herm
Yeah, because I knew.
is-
Well, Nifrim knew that Sideric loved that robot, and she was like, "Why not?" He's Herm 2.0.
Aw.
So the name Herm comes from, I think it's Hermodes, which is kind of
Bless
the
you.
equivalent of Hermodes, or Hermod.
Sorry.
It might be Hermod. I can't think of it right now. Basically, messenger of the gods. So he was
Like-
named
oh,
after,
like
the messenger.
Hermes.
Yeah,
Like
like Hermes.
Greek.
Yes.
Right.
Kind of the equivalent. So back at the Scabby hideout, you talked to the dwarf brothers, and they said someone in Edicalp, it's the head of the black market, might be able to point you in the direction, because you figured it's something about this, the radiant capacitor, right?
Before that happened,
Mm-hmm.
Nifrim, when they were in the Scabby hideout,
Oh, yeah.
after the big fight, she was visited by Loki.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then on our way to the Scabby hideout after Ragnarok, he was visited by Loki.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But he didn't tell anyone for a while.
Nope.
No, why would he?
You also, did you run into Odin on the way back to Jotunn?
Yes.
Yeah, and did the
Answer was
The
fire.
riddle.
I'm gonna tell you the
Answer
truth.
fire.
Gendry thought he was like gonna have to stab a bitch.
Yep. I would have loved to see you try to stab Odin.
Well, he could
just like,
probably
relax.
pickpocket him, though.
Gendry was still super anxious. Like,
believe
oh my god,
he
oh my god,
tried.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
No, he only
No,
tried
not
with
Odin.
Thor and Ithun.
Ithun. Yeah, that's right.
They just happen to have nothing in their god pockets.
Yeah.
That's
did
a
it
weird
anyway.
way to say that.
It's a
But he
very
did it
weird
anyway.
phrase.
God.
What do you have in your god pockets?
God
Dumb
pockets.
answer. Anyway, not that kind of shit.
That's coming across sounding a little different.
Yep.
Not that
In
kind of
hindsight.
show.
So you had to Edekalp. On the way to Edekalp, we acquired Talespire, and you guys went through your first sort of dungeon. It's kind of like the ruins.
Like a mini
Yeah.
dungeon.
Following a trail of blood from a destroyed merchant cart. You
Yeah, that was
found
fun, man.
a werewolf den.
That was cool.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
That was kind of my first ruins, like kind of battle map that I had built in Talespire. I love Talespire.
That was the first moment where Gendry was like, "Oh, I'm not prepared."
Yep.
I gotta
It
prepare.
was super dark and
Super dark, and he's like, when I stab it, it doesn't die.
Oh,
Humans in
yeah,
your
that's
non-elf
right.
bodies.
That's why you went for the silver dagger. from
Immediately
the-
afterward,
I
I'm like,
see.
oh.
Aw, Viv, that's so
Viv, Thank
sweet.
you. Make a lot of really cool things with it. I'm glad you enjoy it. So you made it back to Edekalp, and we're introduced to Bjarni.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love Bjarni so much.
Bjarni is really fun. It
He's
might be a little
delightful.
obvious. He is kind of modeled a little after Gilmore from Crit Roll, just in that very kind of
Charismatic.
flamboyant, charismatic kind of way.
Yeah, from Quiver.
Yeah, and he
And Bjarni is with Orvar, and
Oscar.
they don't do with each other.
All three of them.
And
Is that copy?
Oscar.
so
All three of them do the do.
So, fun little fact, Orvar is just gay. Like, he likes men. Oscar is bi.
See, they do it.
Like,
They all
bye.
do
Fuck
it.
Oh.
out of here. I hate you.
And Bjarni's bi.
FLL exclusive.
Yep.
Nifram, Super, and Oscar.
Yeah? Ooh.
Nice.
Heard it here first, folks.
What about Bask?
Whoa.
Every.
Oh, that guy's an asshole.
She's into Oscar, but she made out with Cedric. What's that about? We're getting ahead of ourselves.
And then as an awkward teenager, I was like, your hair looks stupid.
You look pretty. What? I mean, shitty.
shitty. Dean Winchester. Done. Done deal.
Yep.
So Bjarni is the head of the local black market. You asked him for anyone that was on the lookout for a radiant capacitor, because you think it has to do. I think Oscar suggested that
He did.
Jotunn was probably powered by a similar device.
Because we ended up using it to power the lights in the Scabby hideout, and he was like, I think they could use a device like this, or multiples, to wake the Jotun.
Yep. So, in order for him to help you, Bjarni to help you, he asked you to help him.
And that lady in Jotun photo who stopped us, she said she saw the Tinkerers go into the foot, in Loki's foot, right?
Did she? I don't remember.
Somebody said that, something about the...
Well, there
maybe
was
it
an
wasn't the
explosion in
foot. Oh, maybe
Loki's
I'm mixing
toe.
something up. Loki's toe.
Should have been drawing inspiration from Crit Roll. I know, we really all do it. Who does
Yes.
it? That's
Everything's from
impossible not
something,
to.
man.
I know.
Everything's from something.
Yeah, you don't watch it, that's fine.
You watch the show on Prime?
Yeah,
That's a good
true.
show.
It's a
It's a
good
really
anime.
good show.
I spin my own insanity.
Really?
It's an animated thing.
Anyway,
What, dude?
Like in a
The thing
campaign
on
where I
Prime,
gave
the
them
cartoon,
just
it's
an
an
infinite
anime.
bag
Anyway.
of mashed
No.
potatoes.
Yeah. You know what?
Why?
That's not what we're here
Because-
for. You see me after class. That's not what we're here for.
so anyway, so you went and took out, you did a quick job taking out a fire giant and some bug
Oh,
people.
those fucking bugs sucked.
Oh, yeah.
I so bad wanted to make it back to their hive.
I was very much not ready for you to chase him down.
Whoops.
And that's why I was like, yeah, oh wait, they burrow. Yeah, he burrowed, sorry.
I did nothing.
I'm sorry.
You almost died, though.
No, you
almost
did.
died.
No, you did. You did something.
Yeah.
I camped and I cut off some giant.
That's right.
doors.
Because when we went to go chase after him, you went, "Oh no, I'm good."
Yeah,
You don't want to climb.
I didn't.
Oh,
He's like, "That's too
climbing's
far."
hard,
Are you
big
kidding
guy.
me?
I was thrown
He
into
wouldn't
a
walk
park.
across
Oh,
50-foot
fuckos.
market in
Yeah.
Nagelfar. I wouldn't climb.
Hey, Gendry, shut up.
It really is Josh. Like, he's being
Yeah.
realistic here.
It's
He's
an
like,
exaggerated
why would I do
Josh.
this?
Pretty much.
Too lazy.
I'm a louder,
So-
deeper voice Josh in the show.
So Bjarni gave you a name. Kara in the Dotir. And Tabaxi out of Naglfar. So you
Maybe.
headed to Naglfar.
Yeah, right.
Trigger warning for that.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. So on your way to Naglfar, you
Oh, we found
came across a
worm.
giant purple worm.
Yes!
Sandworm. Where Gendry got such good poison.
Well, actually, it was Cedric who got it,
I got
and he gave
I wanted to
it
keep
back.
that thing alive, but somebody came in and saved
That's
the
fine, I
day.
forgot about that.
Hey, when Thor's favorite gets eaten, somebody's
Oh,
gonna
That's
die.
when
Listen,
Oh,
I
Thor
don't
showed up.
care.
Next
That
time
was
we
just
have a long
an
rest, I'm gonna
infinite
get
source
an
of really
ejector
awesome
seat. Whenever
poison.
you mention Thor, just
Yeah, put it in the Thor jar. That's how we're gonna pay for new equipment.
So Thor showed up and helped. And then afterwards, you had a little chat with him. He apologized for not being there during Ragnarok, said somehow the gods were kept out, and that's why magic didn't work.
So magic didn't work, and the gods were kept out. What? Why?
Any theories on that?
it would have been a good time to kill Mark.
I mean,
Some
I
kind
have
of radiant
theories, but I
energy
can't
field that the
share.
Jotun puts off.
Maybe.
What's that?
Like the Jotun was exuding some kind of energy field, maybe.
It's a mere tech, so it's something to do with
Well,
that, probably.
We assume it's a mere tech. Right? That's just
I
what.
mean,
that's
that's-
what the saying.
It's as old as the rest of Ymir Tech.
That's true. I mean, we really don't know shit.
We know that it predates modern civilization.
Yeah.
The
Makes
medieval
sense.
civilization. And you made it back to Naglfar, and to find that we don't have to talk about it specifically, but Kara was unavailable and had died from basically guilt.
I literally cried in that episode.
That was a tough episode.
That was really fucking hard.
That was tough for all of us. And I, of course, like a good DM, asked everyone their thoughts on bringing up said topic. And everyone said, yeah, as long as it progresses the story. And yeah. So you found that she had regret for orders she carried out as part of the Veraldersmither, the Tinker group that had a kind of sect in Naglfar. They helped run Naglfar, basically, because it was high-tech, powered lights and everything, and AC, holy shit, air
Yeah.
conditioning in medieval times.
That's right.
Love it.
And not just for armor class.
I didn't even
A/C.
think about that.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
really funny.
That's a good joke. There's a bunch of good jokes in there somewhere. So you found the order was given to her by the head of the local chapter of Veraldersmither, which, real quick, that name, Veraldersmither, I got directly from Dr. Jackson Crawford, Norse specialist. Check him out on YouTube. Amazing Norse mythology and Old Norse language expert. Very entertaining. The Cowboy Norseman. And the head of the group, Eggard Haynes, basically said that, or sent her on that.
Whoa.
But he was away from Naglfar at the time, so you guys decided to check out his apartment. And in the apartment, you found a drone.
Yeah, we did.
Sure did.
Gendry just happened to be dressed as a guard,
Yeah, I checked it out good.
and it did not attack him.
That's right.
pretty cool, very useful. So he did some sneaking and peeking.
That's right.
It was so funny because, like, you have what, like a +2 to investigation or some shit?
I got a +0.
Oh, +0, not even a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who knows what you missed? You were rolling pretty good though.
Some decent rolls in there, yeah.
I mean, where there's a bui.
Yeah. Well, you know.
I don't think you were able to
Bui when you can bui
anything.
He was able to
I'm never
bui
able to
something.
bui anything.
I think it was something like, was it the
I
file
should ask for better cool stuff.
Or the lock.
It was the lock. Yeah.
Whatever.
Whee!
Oh, the point of that is for traps. Not for...
Yeah. It's like investigating a thing.
Yeah.
So you
Alright.
found some paperwork and stuff in there referring to a workshop called The Hole out in the desert nearby. HOL. It's Norse for hole.
Come on, dude.
Funny. Our language seems to come from Old Norse. Funny how that works. So you went to this hole.
Knock it off.
And, Viv says, I'm wondering if maybe the gods aren't corporeal beings. It's strange that Thor's... Well, you know what Gendry stole. It's weird to me that was empty.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's... You tried pickpocketing and there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Both
Interesting.
times that he passed a god's passive perception.
That's right. Anybody else in this team do that?
Past 30.
I wouldn't.
That's right, motherfuckers.
You're so aggressive.
Damn, son.
That's right.
He's probably the most unaggressive person
mean,
I know. This is super
When he
funny.
finally got his special powers, it was I bleed black goo from my eyes. So yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yep.
He
Yep.
became an Avril
That's what
Lavigne villain.
that's what we boiled that really cool thing down to.
Runny mascara.
Awesome. That's
You
so
want to be a
good.
whole dick
fuck.
about it.
Yeah, you can fuck all the way
You
off.
just had a super bad day with your ex.
Cry about it more. Good.
Maybe I'll get mascara just
Yeah,
like
do
Gendry.
it. Do it.
Oh my god, Bendry with mascara.
I'm a really angsty
Hey,
bitch.
hey, wait, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Oh yeah.
So you went to the hole where you met Eggert Haynes.
Oh, yeah,
Crazy.
man. Yeah.
Tried sneaking in there and he wasn't having it.
The whole elevator thing.
The elevator was a whole thing.
Oh, that,
And I kept trying to warn you guys, I'm like, it's very obvious when this elevator activates.
Sure. I
And
was
you're like, yeah, I'm gonna sneak down it.
but I want to go in. I want to see what's
I'm
up.
gonna sneak down the very loud elevator.
That was major Metal Gear Solid vibes. For that
Yeah.
whole thing, man.
Might as well have been
The whole
under a
thing.
box.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, you can do that thing.
And I was doing it too. Like I was sneaking. I was like, I'm good, man. You guys do whatever you're gonna do. And he came down with fucking the smoke.
Smoke.
I'm here, bitches.
Fucking bottle.
Cedric's here with the
that.
fucking smoke bottle. And
Finally.
I'm like, fucking shit, god damn it. I did it.
And the drones could see through that shit.
I'm here. But it's cool because you were the distraction. I'm like, cool, okay, they're gonna attack him. Great.
I felt
So-
I was very
If I
useful.
recall, I just like
you
walked in
are-
and tried to talk to him.
You were incredibly, actually,
saved your
specifically
life, bro.
for me.
Yeah. Saved Nifrim.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did a
man.
lot in that.
I
fight,
definitely
I
was
did.
on my way to
Legitimately.
death.
Fight.
Yeah, I super stabbed that guy.
Those drones, by the way, didn't get to do their thing, like, pretty much at all, which is completely, like, paralyze you guys
Oh yeah,
with the stun gun.
We got kind of lucky.
You tried.
but
They
got
were
a
all
lot
We got
lucky.
lucky.
Trash.
Yeah.
And you guys rolling dope
Sometimes
decks.
the dice tell the story.
Yeah. That's okay. Next time I'll up the DC.
Fuck.
I'll be stronger by then.
At least there's an next one.
So, or will there be?
Are you saying there's still a chance?
Oh yeah.
So, defeating Eggert Haynes, I believe he's the one that said Munavir, right?
He is. Yes.
Yeah.
So he brought up Munavir. Also,
The
thanks
earpiece.
to Dr. Jackson Crawfords, it means those who would like to be remembered.
Or maybe-
those who want to be remembered.
Maybe that was like in his
Gently
notes.
persuaded him to give us information.
But
Yeah.
we massacred
Oh yeah,
him.
that's right. That was some rough.
Yeah,
stuff.
he hog-tied him and hung him.
And put his balls in
Yep.
his mouth.
I mean,
That
Gendry,
was a little rough.
Gendry didn't care.
stuff.
Gendry
I
didn't
used
care
chest.
so much. Gendry
I
was cool.
didn't do that.
We
I did
are
that.
the baddies.
I did.
that felt really raw. That's maybe the wrong word.
That's okay, man. The
For
dude
it.
tried to kill us.
Yeah, we were pretty raw in that hole.
He
also-
he tried to do things with electricity to me, and that is not cool.
That's what you do to other
He
people.
banished you, or
Yeah,
he
you would-
mazed you.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
I
fun.
was very cranky.
That
And
was
then-
Gave
fun.
him
and then-
maze to use against one of you two.
Eric got the highest damage roll that any of us have gotten so far. He still holds the record in that episode.
That's that purple worm.
It was
wasn't
67 points of damage.
Plus sneak attack, plus purple
Yep,
worm.
it was all the things, and that made him lose his concentration, and that's how Marcus
Can I
got back.
put-
You're welcome.
Can I put, purple worm poison on a hammer?
I don't think it works
You're gonna have to go kill another purple one.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I ain't giving you any of my
Oh,
points.
sorry,
It says-
friend. Sorry, friend. Oh.
that way. Gendry Viv says definitely invest in the Old Norse version of a cardboard box.
I mean,
Just
Yeah.
in case.
if they'll
I mean,
let me.
You never know.
What
If
is
they'll
that?
let me.
What is
I mean,
that
I'll
version?
explain as we get further
Just
into
like
the
a crate,
campaign. I'll explain
probably.
what my plans are for exactly that. I've made preparations. I got preparations. I got plans.
I'm gonna set it on
You
fire.
could have a
Oh,
ghillie
God.
suit.
So he also brought up the phrase to memory
And we caught him talking into his earpiece.
into his earpiece, which you stole. Left a nice little note for the Moon of the Air. Nice little fuck you.
And also my family's crest.
Yep, family's
well,
crest.
it was
That's
actually my crest, which
Yeah.
is a bastardized version of my family's
Dude, we
crest.
should have taken that horse.
The metal horse.
Where are we gonna put it?
Spoiler alert, it wasn't fully functioning. It was being
It could have
repaired.
been.
Oh.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I could have probably fucked with it, but
That would have unlimited
maybe.
buckles.
but there was also the concern of people showing up because we murdered a
Yep.
man.
So outside the
it
hole.
was self-defense.
It was justice.
He did attack first.
And I took
Swear
his
to me.
robot arm, but we couldn't get it to work, so it's sad.
Where are the bad
Your mom's name?
Where is she?
Sorry, what?
So outside the hole, Nifrim, in the most clutch natural 20 ever, it's literally the only way you could have gotten it to work, and totally threw me off my game.
I think you did a good job keeping it
Activating
together.
I didn't know what to do. I had
like,
not prepared for
sorry.
you to succeed in getting it to work. I'm like,
Yeah.
no matter what she does, it's not going to work. But then you rolled a nat 20, I'm like, now I have to.
And you're
Son
talking
of
about
a-
you're talking about the earpiece, right?
Yep. So you thought of to memory as the password, which I totally came up with at the time,
In the moment. Yep.
and spoke to a woman. It's you, isn't it? Seem to know you.
I gotta say, that moment has been seared into my brain. I cannot unhear your voice as her voice.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
It's you.
Isn't it? That bitch.
Viv
I don't even know her.
Viv says it's part of the
That
job of being a
bitch.
DM. Your players will always throw you for a loop, no matter how well you think you prepared
Exactly.
for real. I've run into that so many times. Fun fact, this is the first time I've DM'd a group, other than a short one-shot we did on our home game. And, like, I've DM'd you.
Oh, yeah, just the
one-on-one,
two of us.
But, yeah, this is the first group, so...
Not like that.
And I know Amy well enough that I know what her character's gonna do and what she's gonna do, so I was always very prepared. But, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm learning real quick what you said. Yeah. So, you spoke to this lady, and she said, "See you soon." And the earpiece exploded.
It sure as shit did.
Luckily, you rolled a good dex.
Yeah, I was
and-
only deaf for like an hour,
Yep.
I think.
Whoops.
Got fucking lucky.
Yeah.
I was gonna take it out of my
hear
ear,
yourself
like I was
Yeah.
gonna throw it, but
Yeah.
before I could do it, it exploded. So,
And then you
and
hid
then my hair was
to
all-
see who showed up, but no one did, as far as you could tell.
a bunch of
Approach.
ravens
A
did,
bunch of ravens did.
but I think somebody did show up. We couldn't see them.
Yeah? Who do you think it would have been?
Fuck if I know.
crabs.
I mean, I've
Loki.
got a theory.
Dead.
I'm not sharing that because nobody here knows the things that I know, which is not something that he shared with me outside of the show.
No. Next week's episode, folks.
It's a
Next
banger.
week's episode, these last two episodes, 43 and 44, are some of our best episodes, in my opinion.
They've been super fun.
It's some of the best role-playing we've ever done. Yeah. It's fun times coming. So, Cheese! Anyway, we're gonna head of ourselves again. So you went back to Naglfar, spoke to Jarl.
Who's it?
Is it Jarl Ragnarsson? No.
It's not an R.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I think I'd pull up notes or something. That's all right.
We just call him Jarl.
So the Jarl of Naglfar believed you, and had a feast in Kara's honor, but also in your honor. And that is where I forced you guys to come up with a group name.
Which Marcus, Sam.
Sam came up with the Jotunn Slayers, and it's stuck.
Yay.
So fun little
Hjalmar.
Jarl Hjalmar.
I think I know that. I have that written down somewhere. Because
Nope,
I can
that's
be
not
him
what
if
I
I want to. That's the only
Yep,
reason
that's
why
true.
I write people's names.
That's true. Yeah, could totally be him.
Yeah.
So, they toasted to you and had a big party and feast.
And also in honor of Kara.
Yeah, and in honor of Kara,
Right.
who was a big helper around Naglfar, much loved.
The Veralder Smither.
Yep.
Really respected there.
So, Hjalmar gave you essentially a letter. He said you need to talk to Talik. And gave you a letter basically to Talik saying, listen to these people. Viv says, and of course sometimes dice tell a story. For real.
Preach.
A rogue warlock talk a literal lord of 9 hells out of killing the group. Yeah.
Oh my
Some
God.
crazy things happen with the rolls. It's really fun.
I love that.
Good twists.
Yeah.
So,
I have a question about Naglfar.
please.
Are they going to be able to keep it running when we killed, like, one of their best people and then the other one is also gone? Like, can they keep it, the AC and everything on?
I will tell you, I don't know if it ever came up in the sessions, but the gentleman that you first spoke to in the Veralder Smither shop, he's taking over and he knows how to take care of Naglfar.
Oh, the first client of Krakenback?
Yeah.
Yes, first client of Sidoric's Krakenbacks.
There you go.
Sidoric's Krakenbacks.
You're welcome. Whatever your name
As
is.
long as they'll be fine.
So, you headed out from Naglfar to Greenhofen, which literally translates to Green Harbor, because it's right along the coast where the bottom of Muspelheim and some places along the coast are a little green, kind of tropical.
And on the way, we stopped for some cobbler.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
Escaholt was on the way.
This guy was all about that cobbler.
Let's not forget that dragon.
Oh, yeah, we sure
The
did.
dragon,
kill a
that's
dragon.
right, attacking the
That's
camper.
right. This guy was all about slaying that dragon, you know what I'm saying?
He was
The one
all
that
like,
Gendry killed?
I was gonna drag
That's Cedric's mom.
this dragon head around everywhere, and he kept trying to, like, get everybody to help
I mean,
and put it on a turtle shell and everything.
I did drag it everywhere.
I still maintain it was way too fucking heavy.
Yeah. Some cobbler with a side of heavy flirting.
It's with the
Yeah.
it's with the camel now.
Yeah, it's with... No, you sold the head.
We did,
Oh, I did,
yeah.
right.
we did
But
at
the shell
market.
is with the camel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Who is
shell.
what? Straps? I think the
Yes.
camel's name is Straps.
Boxes and straps.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're all gonna be belts. They're all gonna be belts.
I don't need a camel anymore. I got bears.
What's the next one gonna be?
Belts.
Bears and shit.
Oh, it was buckles at first, and I got to keep up with the trend in his memory.
Okay, now we're
Lame.
all sad.
Now
Lame.
we're sad. You brought the
That's
room
just
The
that's
next
just
one
sad.
could be like, suspenders.
Yes.
Suspenders. That works. That works.
down. Nice.
Laces.
No, that's not. That doesn't work.
Laces. So,
Velcro.
so you made it to Escaholt, Sidoric's hometown, where he was cast out for being a badass. Where we had our
Like, good times for me.
Oh my
in
god.
Escaholt, for sure.
The
That
anger,
was so good.
The anger that you saw on Josh,
Nothing happened.
that was
You
real.
were rejected.
That you know of.
That was real.
my mother.
That you know
We might have talked off camera. No.
Yo.
of. Dude, you got a new daddy.
I mean, he kept it respectful, but yeah.
Hey, he is Papa Smite.
There will be murder.
Oh my
So
god.
we had our first guest, Jake, from the actual story of actual play.
He was
Close
awesome.
friend. Jake
Killed
is
that dude.
amazing.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
out of
He's pretty cool.
Never forget
Denmark.
hashtag floor muffin.
Floor muffin, yeah. Yeah, the
Gendry put
muffin.
the muffins in the
Oh yeah!
Stuffed in the
Oh yeah!
floor.
Oh, yeah, there's muffins in
I
the
totally
floor.
forgot about that. I totally. Oh yeah! In passing. Yep.
There's definitely muffins
There's
in the
definitely
floor.
muffins in the folklore.
So real quick,
Muffin gate.
while we're talking
Yeah,
about
should look
that,
at that.
Eric, do you want to like talk about why you don't eat anyone's food?
Are you a robot,
or...
bro?
Yeah, you a robot, bro?
You know, I don't think I would. No, yeah, it's a thing for sure. It's not like
He's paranoid about being poisoned.
something that I randomly chose, and it's not that. But it is for a specific reason, and it has to do with backstories type shit.
Is it that you're a vampire or that you are?
You should tell your DM sometime.
Yeah, sure.
What?
Yeah, sure.
You don't know?
I'm sure it's come up. Yeah, it's come up. It's
It's come up.
Yes, it's fine.
Uh-oh.
Comeuppance.
There will be a comeuppance.
Yeah.
So, you showed up. There was some flirting with Cedric's mother. Who
Some.
then Jarl, what was his name?
Ragnvald.
Ragnvald. Basically played by Jake.
Double
did a
O.
one-on-one PvP. Yeah, Double O wants to know why no food. I've talked to Double O. He's got some theories.
Poison?
Poison? He's a robot? The world may never know. Maybe. So, you did our first PvP against Jake. Jake
Sorry, Jake.
would have won if he had played correctly.
Sorry, Jake.
Oh, that was so sad. Like, he was doing so well, and Cedric's like, yeah, no, I'm chopping his head off.
Viv's theory is
Whoops.
still undead. Who knows? So,
Hey, a win's a win.
yeah, so you did beat, and it was to yield. It was a fight to yield.
I yielded his head off his shoulders.
You love
No, you
that fucker's
yeeted his head off of his shoulder
Dropkick, boom! Touchdown!
in front of his son and wife.
Yep. And the whole town, which didn't seem to mind. It turns out he might have
He
been
was kind of a dick.
And then Gendry
Sorry,
hit
Jake.
on
We love you.
his widow. The widow.
Oh, yeah, Gendry was like,
sure.
oh, I'll take care of her.
But I don't think he was actually hitting on her. I thought he was like, I can be here for you. And then, like, wanted to be... No? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I thought he wanted to
Something
be
about
the Jarl.
becoming the Jarl by
Yeah.
banging the Jarl's wife or something.
He saw an inn.
During that, I was also picking pockets.
I know.
Yeah, that was some classic. You get a mustache.
Oh my
favorite
god, I love
quotes.
that. If you guys don't know this, at the very end of the episodes, I put just a little stinger, just the tiniest little audio bite of something that someone says in the episode. And that was my first one was, you get a mustache.
You get a mustache.
It was fucking
Whatever
hilarious.
happened to that spoon that you guys stole from the...
Oh, the fork.
It was a
Or
fork.
Whichever.
Come on, get your shit
Gendry
together.
still has it to my knowledge.
You'll see.
Gendry was the last one to have it.
You'll see.
To my
You should start
knowledge.
chanting that.
You'll see.
Be the most powerful fork.
Eric, by the way, I think I've mentioned this before. Feel free to DM me if you want to do like a sleight of hand without her knowing.
Okay.
Neat.
Can I have the fork?
I did that with her.
If you want it.
Yeah, that's how I got it to Gendry. I
Yep.
did a sleight of hand and
Off camera.
yeah. I
And
was
then
like,
when you were going through your pockets, there it was.
Oh man.
So I can do the same.
man.
You let
I
me know
mean,
when you wanna
to be
continue.
Why
fair,
did
Gendry's
he-
been going through some shit.
why did he
lately, so-
steal that fork?
Yeah, why did he?
That's a good question.
He saw it from looking at it.
Be
Yeah.
edgy.
No, you couldn't have the gun, so there were temper tantrums.
It was a little bit. It was a little bit of that. It was a little bit of like.
It sounds like the audience agrees that when you look at the camera, you're staring into their souls.
Yeah. Somehow, it's really weird when Eric looks at the camera because the way I'm sitting makes it look like he's staring right at me.
Cool.
Fun fact.
Everyone's...
He is.
He is. He sees you, Viv.
Hey,
And he knows what you did.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
Well, let me help you guys.
Yep, there you go. Now he's killing Exactly. He's right over it. Now it's everyone.
He's Wilson.
No, but I think the motivation there was partly like, oh fuck, I can't. Like, I'm gonna take something.
Yeah.
But then I think it was also like, wouldn't it be funny if Nif got in trouble?
Oh my god!
Nif, why would you steal that?
Oh my god, I can't believe you stole that.
Oh my god!
And then she fucking snuck it back into your bag.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when we got on the camel, we shared a camel, and she like took all of her shit and put it in front of her.
Yep. Paranoia.
Oh, memories.
She's like, nope, nope.
Aww.
That was fun.
So, where were we? We were so Escaholt. You left Escaholt to Grainhofen.
Sadly.
Which, when we left, Steve definitely emphasized that Ragnvald's son was given some daggers, and I don't think that's the last we'll see of him.
If my mom's dead, I'm gonna be really sad.
You can be sad.
You heard it here first.
So will Marcus.
We'll have to go on another vengeance.
I will burn down the entire village.
He told me that the
He
other
really
day.
will.
He will
I will.
burn the village
He will.
if I kill his mom.
Now you're just
I believe
tempting
him.
I'm sure Heimdall will be totally cool with it.
I think
He'll
it
be
will
like,
too,
dude.
yeah.
Probably.
Challenge accepted.
Cedric becomes
dad.
a vengeance paladin, as well as a
Paladin.
fighter
I can
and a
teach
barbarian.
Gonna dip into paladin.
Daddy will teach you. Come here. Come here.
You can be a paladin of.
Come smite, you'll be
sit on my
city
knee.
smite.
Get under my hammer. I will teach you.
You can be a paladin of Heimdall. Thor's not the only one you can be a
By the way,
paladin
the
of.
hammers.
Instead of I take you under my wing, I'll take you under my hammer. And I'll teach you.
Exactly.
I'll take you under my wing,
I
Telma.
already have the half-size Thor shirt.
It's important.
Get ahead of ourselves.
Yep.
So,
Next, you gotta get a full back tattoo.
Oh yeah, dude.
Heimdall
commitment.
for life. So you made it to Grainhofen,
Yes,
where
we did.
Tullek, the new King Tullek, was organizing raids.
Oh my
on
god.
Alfheim.
I want to talk to you guys about this episode because I actually never got a chance. I was so fucking frustrated. Sorry, table. I was so frustrated because all I wanted to do was get to Magni, and you guys are like, hey, let's go to the market.
Shopping. And
And I was like, you guys,
I'm just, what am I gonna
trying
drag
to
this
stop a
dragon?
war.
Now, to be
Or
fair,
no,
I am on their side because it's like, what, are we gonna drag this
Right,
dragon
right.
head into?
Oh no, I'm not saying they were being illogical.
You meant
I'm
Talon.
saying my anxiety was like, we gotta get to that
like
fucking
that,
guy.
like stress dream
Yes.
where you're like, you know, you have to get somewhere, but
And
you
you
can't
can't
find
run?
your socks or your shoes or something,
Oh, yeah.
or like your car won't
I
start.
figure if we're on the
was so funny.
if we're on the brink of going across the pond, we don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I better
Yeah.
gear up.
Oh,
you
for
don't
sure,
know
for
when
sure.
the next time you'd find a
Gendry was
shop.
the only one who
I think I
sold
lost
his
that turtle
camel.
shelf rub.
I think we all
What do I need a
should.
camel for?
Everybody should own a camel.
Bro, I can become a camel.
Hjalmar gave it to us. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. I got a disguise kit.
I can be a camel.
Just me and one other person, we can be a camel.
Get out of my horse cock, boy.
I'm
Anyway.
not being the back end of that camel.
I'll take y'all for a ride.
Well, I ain't being the back of the camel. It's
I'll
my
be the
idea.
back of the camel.
All right, there you
I'll
go.
do it.
so you went and talked
There
to King Tullek
You saw it first here.
about everything you know.
Oh yeah, that was some crazy shit,
It
dude.
didn't go great.
That was an idiot.
That was like super crazy because we were
was kind of
coming up with
bullheaded.
good arguments, and he was just like, "Nah, bitch."
And you were rolling well, and even brought in Heimdall.
Yeah.
He's
Which,
a twat.
to his credit, things like Misty Step and Dimension Door
Of
exist.
course, solution.
Who's to say that was actually Heimdall?
He's
No
just being a
one's seen
penis.
him.
Just being a whole penis.
No, boy.
Not even just half.
It's alright.
So,
Just the tip.
Screw
the
the
owl.
owl.
And that's when you notice, Marcus
Marcus
noticed
noticed.
that his Owlin advisor had an earpiece.
That was fucking
And then that
intense
was a
because
story
that was
for
a
another
cliff.
Cliffhanger. Got him.
Yeah, I think that was the first time you did a cliffhanger where I was like,
Cliffhanger.
How dare
"You son of a bitch!"
So then when you called the Owlin out, and everyone looked, it was gone. Which, spoiler alert, what happened was minor illusion.
Yeah.
Yep. And made it disappear. And
That
I
bitch.
don't know, and that just pissed Hulk off enough to, like, you're lucky I don't jail you, get the fuck out of my sight.
And Oscar and Orvar were totally there the whole time.
They were totally there the whole... This was definitely the beginning of the saga of me trying to remember that the dwarf bros
Can they
exist.
just always be like making out in the background?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're
whenever I'm not
brother.
narrating,
Doesn't matter.
they're making out.
This
They were
isn't,
making out with each other.
this isn't Pornhub. What are you?
I just found a squirrel. Blah, blah, blah.
Or maybe they're just practicing
Have
making
you
out
seen
with
people's
nothing.
fandoms?
This
Of
is
any-
cliffhangers are
everyone
evil,
makes
but
out
are
with everyone.
also a part of good DM, even when you aren't running a stream.
I agree.
I love a good
it keeps,
cliffhanger.
It keeps people very
Love a
interested.
good cliffhanger.
It definitely
Makes them
works on
think
me.
in the next week. I love it.
I have trauma from cliffhangers. Too many shows have been canceled. Like,
Yeah,
I'm on a
right?
cliffhanger, and I'm like,
Come on,
I mean,
alphas.
spoiler alert, like,
I know,
next
right?
week's episode ends on a fuck of a cliffhanger and talking about making the players think about it for the next week. We didn't play this week, so
2
it's
weeks.
time to think about it for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
She has been...
Losing my mind.
It's a good episode.
There have been times where I have been like, I'll wake up at 4:30 in the morning, like I did this morning, and just go, "What am I supposed to do?" Like,
torture.
It is-
Exactly, Bunzers.
yes, it is torture, and it is also really fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of relaxed about it.
That's because you guys don't know what the fuck I know.
I mean, I'm currently at chairs.
I know what I'm gonna be.
You're a daddy
Currently,
chair.
Yeah.
Dad turned into
I'm
a chair.
yeah.
We'll get there. We're gonna
Chair
have
We're
dad.
getting ahead of ourselves.
I'm more of just a point at it, and then I'll smash it, guy.
So outside of the longhouse,
Very
Gendry was flirted with,
Pretty hard.
but it turns out it was a ruse
I'm to understand
by an
that.
assassin
People flirting with me, so.
who brought you guys into the Silent Spate, which I think Spate
Edgy.
is group in Norse, and I just like the alliteration. Alliteration's very big in Skaldic poetry and stuff. So the Silent Spate, which is the worldwide Assassin's Guild, who said that they were they were aware of what you guys were trying to track down, and they were also doing so.
Which we were the first to give them the name Munadir.
Yep.
They didn't
They had
know.
never heard of that.
Yeah, right.
They had heard whispers of it. They did not know they were behind it. And
Yeah.
given you had all this info, they found you as a valuable ally and decided to help sneak you into Alfheim by
Yeah.
sneaking you into a raid.
I
on
like the
Alfheim.
idea
And-
of having assassin friends.
The
Yeah.
girl who brought us to the Silence Fate. We found out later that she was the horse thief that got
Busy
hung.
stealing.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I'm
It
more of a
was,
burglar.
or she
I'm
was
gonna be
his
honest.
sister.
Yeah, the
right,
sister of the Vidalcan that Magni executed as a horse thief.
On the morning he was attacked by the
Mhm,
robot.
and she thinks it's her fault.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
sounds like it was. No,
Kinda.
I'm just,
Oh,
Oof. Oof.
Nifrim felt so bad for her.
wow.
That was really sad.
Yeah, that was a last minute addition I thought of.
Gendry
Yeah.
also felt bad.
Also
Considering how
fun
largely uncomfortable.
I don't
that
remember
whole
what I
thieves
felt.
place.
fun little fact about that horse thief that was beheaded, last name Snorrison.
Do you sleep a lot?
Snorri was the name of the English man that wrote the poetic, or not the poetic Edda, the prose Edda,
Rosetta.
which basically was a book telling English people how to interpret Norse mythology and skaldic poems. It's in the deep community, he's kind of regarded as, you take it with a grain of salt, because he definitely puts a Christian lens on it.
Yeah.
Because he definitely stated that, like, you know, like Thor is the god of protection, Frey is the god of, like, fertility.
Right.
But it wasn't really that way. There weren't gods of things like in Greek mythology. It's more, they had jobs to do, and it tended to be about those things.
No,
but-
like in Greek mythology, you know, the god of that river would often just be in that river.
yeah, it
Like,
was
you
the
know,
god of the river,
Yeah.
whereas
Whereas in Norse, they
Yeah.
are more of just a being that oversees certain
yeah,
things.
and you would pray to them because they kind of manage that bit or can help with those certain things.
Yeah.
They're not the god of it. So, anyway, a fun little fact.
I had a joke
story.
somewhere slipping.
Oh, well. I'm sure it'll come back randomly.
Rosetta Stone.
Yep,
That's
sure.
it.
Oh my god.
Rosetta Stone.
And then
Nailed it.
the sequel to that, Brozetta.
Rosetta Stone.
Moving on.
That joke went over my head.
So they smuggled you. They got you on the list of a raid on Viðarmunur, the Alfheim town of Viðarmunur. And you stayed at an inn on the docks
That was
that
named after
night.
snakes.
Yeah.
Well, the ocean is called Jormungandr, which is the sea serpent.
Snakes are shifty.
Actually, the world serpent.
Sam's afraid of snakes.
This says...
It's like,
I learned so much about Norse mythology and culture.
Same.
Thanks. Yeah, I have too. Like, I knew a little bit, but doing research for this campaign about learning
He
about
got
Norse.
super into it to a point where every night he was like, so today, I found out that.
So here's why they sewed Loki's mouth shut. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
so fun.
It's so fascinating.
It's a really fascinating.
It's very fascinating. And it's very saddening that so much of it has been lost. A lot of it's been pieced together.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of
Unfortunate.
people's info commonly comes from the Rosetta.
Rosetta or the
Because it's the most complete, but it
Sounds like Rosetta Stone.
Oh my
Oh,
The learning tool.
I get
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
It's translation.
Just clarifying.
So
you know
anyway,
that was an actual stone, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I know that they didn't just come up with those words and put them together and went, here's our product.
With you, I'd never know.
All right.
You know, we're getting off topic.
yeah.
I still went over my head.
I don't know how to not do that.
That's what this is called.
So you went to the tavern, found you were the last ones there as you were getting drunk. As you left the tavern, you were assaulted in an ambush. All the very heavy guard presence was suddenly gone. And you were attacked by quite a lot of people.
That fucking Alan. That was a fun fight.
Hey man, that's an
crazy
assumption.
shit.
We don't know that.
That
for
was
sure.
the day that Nifram became so heroic.
Oh yeah, dude. That was the most
She'll
heroic.
never live it down.
That was the most heroic.
You're like, hold on, I'm gonna go in this tavern.
Yes, heroism, and then hid.
You guys do it. You do it.
You're like peeking through the door. Heroism.
You guys are great.
You got this, guys.
Listen, guys.
Go.
I
You
had
guys good.
12 hit points.
Walking.
We are not high enough level that y'all are bringing me the fuck back. So
Oh,
Just jump out and flex.
True.
So
On the flip side, Gendry was swearing to people. Fucking.
and we're walking.
So while you were being attacked,
Batman shit?
they yelled out to memory, indicating that they were Lunadir.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Dumbasses.
You caught and almost brutally tortured and still kind of tortured one of their casters.
what is
'Cause
with
you're
your
all
spirited words like
Bro, we
brutal
took
and
Dude,
torture?
just some
all
light
of their
torture.
bodies
Come
and
on,
like
man.
kind of
You be the judge.
put them in like an
I
area.
Are
think
they
we,
the
By the
baddies?
pier.
Yeah.
Are we the
I
bad?
think
I maintain
that we
I am
were
not.
very
Technically, I'm a
reasonable with
barbarian,
our questions
so this is
and
okay.
how we.
I am nothing at all. So
Yeah, that's
Probably
true.
staring
Don't mind
at our
me.
soul.
You are nothing. You are nothing.
So
go.
you
I'm
hung
gonna
them.
donate to our cause.
Did you say I'm nothing?
Yeah, you are nothing.
Holy shit!
So you
Got
hung
dark.
them under the docks. They were gone the next day, but you found their heads adorning some of the boats.
Yeah, buddy.
And you set sail.
Can't let some severed heads go to waste.
You set sail to
That's right.
Alfheim
Oh my god.
over a what ended up being a 5-day journey, I think, or 6.
3-hour
So-
tour.
Yeah, something like that.
Was it 7 or 8?
might have been.
Somewhere.
Oh,
it
it
was.
might have
It
been.
was.
That was
around a
Gilligan's
week.
Island.
And
Well, we rolled
Actually,
really
I could
well
look at that.
one
Along-
time, and we got like
yeah, you.
But then we rolled badly, and there was a storm.
Yep.
And shit. So, I think
So you weathered
I believe that was your role.
you weathered a storm.
I'm asking, can I get a
You fought
refill?
some mer people. You
Gonna crawl.
killed a dragon, and you killed a kraken. And
I can't get any more in out. Oh
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's where we found the Kraken and Marcus saved the day.
you're a disruption, sir.
oh my god, this guy!
I mean, I did wish.
You
fight
try
a
to keep
kraken,
these
so-
guys together, okay?
Right.
You try it.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, can you get me some water?
I fought the dragon and I fought the kraken.
I know you're the idea man, so have the idea and grab me some water.
Listen, I had the idea to go get some.
And that dragon was a blue dragon, which means it's immune to lightning, part of my power.
Sad.
What are you even saying over there, dude?
Viv says the Kraken fight was wild. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was
That
a
was
lot of fun setting
Sitter
up the
got
different
thrown
I
around.
got
tentacles.
yeeted into the ocean.
Twice, right?
By the way, I'll
So
let
did I.
you guys in peek behind the curtains. The mechanics behind the tentacles, I kind of invented the mechanics. So it all was one creature with a shared hit point pool.
Right.
But if you did more than, I think it was 50 damage in a turn, the tentacle would sever and disappear.
A turn or a round?
I think it was a turn.
Okay. Similar ideas to a Hydra.
Yeah. So, that's
Who
how that
did
mechanic
release the
worked.
Kraken, though?
Who released the Kraken?
Me.
Sorry.
It was the.
We fought
oh
the-
God,
the-
what was their name?
But
Who sang that?
I don't even remember their name.
Something with boys at the end.
Who
Boys in
knows?
the yard.
That song had,
Glad
had
that
a
we're
rough
now
meaning.
no
I didn't-
drowning bears. I know, right?
Yeah.
They're
Sitter was like, I'm
almost
gonna do it, and then he was like, I'm an animal lover. I
throwing a bear.
was like,
Oh, yeah.
thank you.
What was the kraken's name?
The Kraken's name, Harold. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's the gun?
It's the gun. It's the spirit of Oscar's gun.
He manifested into
We
a
fought those
fucking Kraken.
mer people too, right?
Yeah, killed
Yeah,
some
we
more
covered
people.
that.
Yeah, but I was
You
cool.
watching?
I was cool though. Remember, I killed like 3 or 4 of them in a row.
Oh yeah, you nailed them. So then you made it to Vidar Mooner, which
Sure
Wow.
I believe is Mouth of the Forest. Translates to Mouth of the Forest.
Are you gonna tell it to open its mouth?
Shut up.
And open your mouth.
And open your mouth.
And
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Hit me up in chat if you want that as a t-shirt.
Oh my
You're
God.
gonna look right in the
I'm
camera.
gonna-
Shut up and open.
I'm gonna fucking die. It was not what I meant to say. Not even
It was
remotely.
worse that it sounded really bad.
It really
It was
sounded
much
bad
worse
when you
than
said it.
I was like, that sounds cool. I
It was so creepy.
regret it.
You're holding this poor woman saying, shut up and open your mouth. Wait. Yeah, eek and beak. Anyway, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. So you made it to
my
Vidar
God.
Mooner and participated in your first Viking raid. You became Vikings, which is not a culture of people. It is a job description, or essentially a Viking
A
becomes
title.
a Viking by Viking.
Yep.
It is a verb and a job title.
To be fair, I already was one from back in the day.
True. So,
Hey, Eric, can you
Over-
give me some water?
over 2 episodes, you fought through this raid.
I could go get
It would have been longer, but they convinced us not to steal anymore.
That map was fully stocked too. And
Yeah, it sure was.
I mean,
I just wanted snacks.
Dude, if I went through that and I didn't do any stealing,
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
you
would
would
be
begin.
can you
disappointed.
fucking imagine?
I
would
know, right?
be
I had to get
disappointed.
some stealing in.
He wouldn't have been. I would have been like, "Is Eric sick?"
Yeah.
Once again, though, I felt those Metal Gear vibes, and I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta lean into this.
He
guys.
was sneaking
I
around.
gotta lean into this.
Sitter just comes out eating some cheese,
yeah,
and he's like, "Let's kill people!" Ha 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 ha.
So real
Oh, the
quick,
fight's still going?
what was your guys' favorite, like, top of the round narration during the raid?
The little girl.
The little girl?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I wrote that, like, I wrote
was nice,
several,
man.
obviously, and yeah, Viv agrees for sure.
Yeah, I definitely thought she was gonna die, and then she's like, "What?"
So I thought it would be cool when I was coming up with top of the round narrations. I was like, oh, I want like I thought of X-13 from X-Men and Wolverine. Just
Right.
like a little girl just doing acrobatics, and
Crazy
just,
shit.
I want her
like
to be my friend.
murdering.
Could you
What?
show up and be part of our team?
Yeah, I want to adopt her.
Oh, dude, I'd be super
I
jealous.
personally was very interested
What?
in that,
She can teach you
gigantic
things.
Fuck that shit. I would murder her
right?
immediately.
You were like, oh, and then she
Shit
died.
would go down.
Yeah.
It's your
I thought that
murder.
would be a cool moment of another Paladin of Thor being like, oh no,
I was like-
there's a Paladin of Thor over there, and then arrow.
Oh God, that was terrible.
Yeah, I wanted to just like
It
get
was-
that feeling of senseless destruction.
Oh, hey, bro.
It was,
like,
you know, I was all like
unnecessary
excited, and then it's like, oh, she dead on him.
And just murder.
I thought he met the love of his life again.
That's what I'm talking about.
But then he was surprised.
He hates that.
Imagine me and you. I do.
So,
Aww.
yeah, those narrations, I basically wrote them to give you that feeling of, like, this is shit. Like, this sucks.
And I do think that
war fucking sucks.
That added to, like, the chaos of an actual raid.
Yeah,
like,
there's
nuts.
constantly stuff going on.
It was fun.
But yeah, the little girl, it's funny because I had written several for the raid, and then we ended the episode halfway through.
Yeah.
And I wrote a few more for the next episode, and I know you guys loved that girl so much, so I wrote another and made
Thank
sure
you.
to fit
Appreciate
it in.
that. You're speaking to the fans. I like what 00 says.
Fully expected the little girl to have been the raccoon.
Oh, Viv! Cold!
Yeah, pretty sure that little girl would kick Gendry's butt.
Yeah, right. You'd be like,
Little girl.
there can only be one, and then your body would just split.
I guess there's two.
Brilliant.
Spoiler, that little girl would kill all of you.
Fucking brilliant.
She was level 20.
She was level 21.
What? That's not even a thing.
20 in one class, then one into another, or split it up however you want.
Fucking
nerd.
But,
Fucking nerd.
but anyway, so you made it out of the raid, and we're able to do the rune.
Yes.
The rune.
The ritual.
Ritual.
Before that, though,
But first, Loki showed up asking what you guys were up to. Gendry got a little heated with them. And, well, by the way, like, peek behind the curtains, all I told Eric before we started recording was, at some point, someone is going to, like, antagonize you. I just want you to push back.
and by the way, the players still do not know what the fuck happened here.
Yep,
So
yep, they don't
please
know.
do
They'll
not-
put it in chat.
please
the
do
only
not.
episode.
We won't talk about that
Fucking
specifically
liar.
here. But, the... Oh, shit, what was I going to say?
I'm sorry,
ADHD.
Loki.
Loki. Oh, and the only reason that I gave you that heads up is because the last several times that Loki showed up, Gendry
like,
was just like,
"I walk
whatever, I'm
away."
leaving.
I'm out of here.
And I'm like, no, he can't walk away. Loki needs to hit him.
Yeah, so
And I
my,
was like,
my response was, all right, I'm going to be antagonistic towards everything.
which
Everything
he
we mean.
then referenced later in the episode,
Yeah.
which none of the audience understood. I
That
just want you to know, I'm
That's
going to be
why you did that?
antagonistic toward everyone we run into.
hilarious.
And Ibby just thought, like, oh no, we're headed to my parents.
Yeah, it was
Viv says won't spoil it, but I love that moment. I'm so glad.
Cool, man.
That was a lot of fun.
I also liked you got that idea from DM Dave.
Yeah,
from Careful
so
Cantrip.
Careful Cantrip. Make sure to check them out here on Twitch.
They're
Careful
good.
Cantrip. Super cool story. I've started talking to DM Dave. He's given me some advice, and he's the one that gave the advice of having the other players take the headphones off.
I think that's
and a few other
incredibly
things.
clever because, like, we were watching.
Yeah.
We were being goofballs, but I was really watching Eric, and
Yeah.
I was like, I have no fucking idea what's going on.
Yeah,
Yes, oh, absolutely.
You were definitely
I was multitasking, I was
Not a
misbehaving, and paying attention.
sure.
Yeah, putting your dice tray on your head.
And you
Yeah.
playing with the hammer.
Yeah.
I whispered
Playing
to
with
it.
the hammer.
That was a really fun moment, and
Yeah.
a very, like, my favorite Gendry moment by far. It was so good.
Oh my God,
I did my
can't
best.
wait.
I did my best not to, like, be too over the top with it.
Oh, it was so good. We played. There was some other advice, DM Dave, that would spoil things, but, like, yeah, shout out to DM Dave. Go check out Careful Cantrip. They're amazing.
You will
Love
not be
them.
disappointed.
Viv says, so glad. Suggestion of... Yeah, Viv's
Yes,
the reason
thank
we
you,
checked
Viv.
out Careful Cantrip. Thank you, Viv. That was, like... That... Talking to Dave for advice about not just the stream and stuff, which he's the one that suggested we go to streaming, which we had always kind of planned.
That was the plan
but
from the beginning, but
kept putting it off and never thought of it again, but he's like, go to Twitch, man. That's where the community is. And that's why we're coming. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank
Amazing.
Viv in chat. Give her some hearts and some love in chat because she's the reason our campaign has improved.
yes.
Yeah.
Amazing,
Yes.
and she's the reason we're coming to Twitch.
Woo!
That's right.
So
Let's go.
after
Sorry.
Gendry
Coming
woke
to
up,
Twitch, we're doing it.
Oh, we
And-
currently are, yeah.
after Gendry woke up with the level of sorcerer,
And all over your face.
None of them know why. But you do.
No reason.
And,
Oh, they do they?
They do.
They do.
Kind of.
Not appropriate.
So then the Elfheaven ritual.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So it was super fun to write, and as I was writing, I'm like, I wonder if I can get all my friends to howl on YouTube, howl like wolves on YouTube, and you guys did it splendidly.
That was fun.
Did Gendry howl too? Oh, everyone did it.
Gendry did howl
during
a
the
little.
ritual. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, not
if
during
he
the
did.
ritual, but during the sign-off.
Eric
At the
did.
beginning of that, what's funny is at the beginning of that episode, not only did I tell Eric to be antagonistic, but I also said, this will make sense later, but everyone, during my sign-off, howl like a wolf.
No. You said you'll know when it happens. Howl like a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so-
I
You
was
didn't say anything
No,
about
I
the
said about the
sign-off.
sign-off, too. Because
really?
I was like,
I don't remember you
specifically,
saying the
I did not
sign-off.
tell you to howl during the thing, I guarantee.
No,
But I
you
said
said
during the
you'll
sign-off.
know when.
Anyway. And,
Nothing happened.
yeah, it definitely happened, and
Sure did.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. So basically,
They both have dark vision now, and he's like,
yeah,
you see fucking eyes.
so what was funny was
It's just getting real.
I had created Orvar as a rune knight, and then you had mentioned dipping into fighter and rune knight specifically, and I'm like, wow, that's an awesome
I
coincidence.
was just playing with D&D Beyond, and I was just like, I wonder if I do these levels. And I'm like, Rune Knight.
Dude, it's so perfectly with the runes.
does.
I mean,
And
like,
it feels,
spoiler, runes in Old Norse are just letters. They're not magical, but we make
it
them
also
magical.
feels like that was kind of a moment of growth for Cedric. Like,
I did grow.
taking a level.
Oh, God.
Fighter.
Grow to large.
He
Grew
did
one
get
size
big.
that day. Or whatever the hell.
I became a really big boy.
So I had the idea of, like, I was researching Berserker, or Berserkier, and I learned about the Elfheaven, and, or Elfheavenar, and that's the plural. And I was like, they're like the elite berserkers. They are like the special forces, and like have this connection with wolves. And I'm like, that's kind of perfect for like the Rune Knight thing. It's like, what's a step up above berserker? Well, it's gonna be Elfheaven. So I thought that would be fun to kind of incorporate that, and that's where the idea of the ritual came.
Yeah.
And that was super fun.
It was
Druids
really fun.
in D&D have, like,
Project. What?
Druids?
yeah, the druids have pets. Yeah.
Pets? I mean, not necessarily. It's
Probably.
rangers that have.
Yeah, rangers have, like, companions.
Have companions, and it can. And
Wizards have familiars.
wizards can have familiars.
Familiars.
I see where you're going with
Yeah.
this, Josh.
Yep.
You already got a bag.
But that's only a daily thing.
Yeah, you pull out each day, and it'll be a
Three
surprise.
times today.
It'll be a new one. Damn it, a goat! Now we're the wolf.
Try again. There's just a whole zoo, and the last one's a wolf. I mean, we can work something
But the
out.
wolf is like real goofy.
But then you gotta take care of a freaking wolf, and like, how's a wolf gonna climb a rope?
I'll carry it on my neck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you
Who's
already
gonna
have one
feed
on your
it?
back.
Who's gonna bathe it? Who's gonna
It's gonna be Marcus in the end, because he's your
Be like that. Well,
stepdad.
I can
Yeah.
be responsible. I'll take him
It'll
out.
be Herm.
I'll
You're not
feed
allowed to
him.
have a wolf.
We'll just have
I'll take him.
Herm
I
can't
can't
be
even
friends.
remember the dwarves exist. I want to see you remember a wolf exists.
What would I name him?
Oh
What
my
would you name
God.
them? Slip-ons? No.
I agree, Double O.
Slip-ons.
Even the wolf was
That
a
sounds weird
gift
as hell.
from the gods.
Out of
The wolf
context?
situation was super sad.
I was
So,
really sad about that too.
That was like in Norse mythology and the descriptions, even the English descriptions of the Ulfhednar, they wore wolf pelts instead of bear pelts, and it was said that none of them ever killed a wolf because they were imbued with the spirit of the wolf. They always came across a wolf carcass or
of
waited till
wolf.
one died, skinned it, and used it. So
That's really
that's where that
cool.
kind of came from. And you were just talking about making new minis, and I was like, you should throw a wolf pelt on there.
Oh my god.
It worked out
Yeah, you guys,
so
you guys
well.
have
Yeah,
yet
it's great.
to see all my other
It
minis.
sure hasn't thrown a wrench in the gears of my character art that I
Nope.
made for you.
Sorry. Just make the ears a little bit pointy.
Yeah.
You guys are paying me, right?
With love and appreciation.
Oh,
Please
okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And of course, Buzzard says Billy's the real MVP, to which I say,
Yo, fuck that dude.
one of my favorite things is like,
Come on, Rich.
it's a goat. And I'm like, brr, and you're like, oh, sorry, it's a giant goat.
And then it's a bonus action to move him, so he just kind of sat there the whole
Because
time.
you're like, I got rage, frenzy and stuff. A healthy wolf offering.
Although
It's
he
already
did save
dead.
that,
Kid would not have
he
hit
did
his
make
heart.
that save.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was already dying. We'll just say it was already dying, and Odin directed it toward the clearing. That's what we'll say. Odin did kill the wolf.
There
He
are
loves
also,
wolves.
yeah, I mean, there's the Viking faiths.
Yeah, the Norn. The Norn.
I'm sure they work closely with Odin.
Yeah, of course they do.
There you go. That's fine. Sam's biting his tongue so hard. You're not biting
Anyway.
your tongue?
Just biting his lip.
No, I'm just like, yeah,
They don't really work with anyone.
yeah, they're kind of.
We
Anyway,
tried to pray to the Norn at one point.
You tried.
tried.
You did.
but they're not really gods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nifrim met Hela in Siddar's
From that
hometown.
hell,
That's right.
Skald, that's true. As a vision.
When Heimdall literally showed up.
Oh yeah, and Heimdall showed
Forgot
up.
about
for the
that.
first
And Marcus
time.
and Nifrim got to see him.
Yeah, like,
talking
oh
to
shit, it's
Siddarric.
real.
We're like, oh
Fully
fuck.
was-
And that's when you realized that the gods showing up physically, we skipped over that. That's when
Yeah.
you realized the gods showing up physically might have something to do with
The radiant capacitor.
the radiant
Yeah.
capacitor. Any
Nope.
ideas on that? Any thoughts? I want to hear.
All I know is that in that moment when we kind of came to that conclusion, Nifrim panicked. She was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I don't want anything to do with the gods. Like, I'm not. What the fuck do they want to do with me?
You
So
booked it too.
she left a
You
note
almost left.
for them, and she went out and decided to speak to Hela before she left, and that changed her mind. It was really scary to her.
Yeah.
Like, being watched all the time. It's
Gods
weird.
are always watching us. They don't always show up for everyone.
Plus, she wasn't able to go to Sand that night, so
Yeah,
there was that.
He's
Yeah,
going
she was
dirt.
upset.
But
Point.
I love putting in a joke.
Don't say it like that.
Does anybody else have theories about the radiant capacitor?
Yeah. And the gods, the connection.
I think it works like EMF. You know, like ghost hunting and stuff.
Yeah.
EMF. More EMF, more ghost activity.
Yeah. Activity.
So Zach Baggins.
Yep.
So think it's like an EMF generator.
Yep. Exactly like that.
It could be something where it acts like a sort of homing beacon, and then they can just see you and they can just
Yeah.
report to you.
And the weird thing is, it seems to work cross-dimensional.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bag of
Because in
holding.
The bag of holding.
In the bag
it
of
still
holding.
works.
That's really strange.
Double says, isn't that why Nif left the radiant capacitor behind and she still interacted with the god? Yes, but she only saw a vision, which people
Yeah, I
saw
didn't-
all the time. People talk to the gods through visions. Some more holy people did.
I didn't get to see her in person,
Yeah,
but
Shout out
she
to Zach Bagel Bites.
Zach Bagel Bites. Yeah, that was a really crazy moment.
So after the ritual, you guys started heading to the Colburn compound, Colburn Estate, through the Giving Forest,
Mm-hmm.
and
And we didn't go to go
was
see
not-
Lake Mjolnir.
Marcus
Still
is
gonna
so
be pouting
upset.
about it.
It was not a very giving forest.
We didn't go
wasn't
to
very
Lake.
giving.
We didn't go to Lake stab you in the face, but I'm not crying.
Sidric hunted
Yeah,
a
but
deer,
I really like Thor.
which seemed to
Oh, I
piss
really
off
like
the
stabbing.
local druids.
I got a question
Yeah.
about the Giving
It's not a
Forest,
fucking
actually. Did
contest.
you come up with that name before everything that happened there?
I came up with that name when I was building the map, before the show
Okay.
even started.
So, did you name it that because of what happened with Gendry and Sidric?
No,
they
that
got
is coincidence.
gifts.
That is coincidence. It's It's named the Giving Forest because especially in early days of the current civilization, a lot was kind of like it provided like food, shelter, wood, lumber. It provided a lot for building the towns around it. So that's why it's the Giving Forest. Radiant Capacitor is a wireless charger for Texas 00. Yeah, maybe. Bunzer, can't wait to meet Nif's family. You haven't seen this week's episode.
Oh, Buns.
Ooh, spoilers. We're going to be talking a little bit about it here in a minute, so I'll let you know.
They're all hot.
Viv says Radiant Capacitor can power Emir technology. Is it possible that there's a technology element at play with the arrival of the gods?
I think so. I definitely think there is a connection between the technology from the Emir and the gods. And I don't have a fucking clue what that connection is yet, but...
I think they're the last of the Emir.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
maybe.
are Emir?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they are the...
Like, they at least partially transcended physical... reality, and that's
But
why
there's also lore about them. Well, I guess that could also be
Yeah.
still
there's
Emir.
The most of the like real world Norse mythology is mythology on Thorin.
Yeah.
So
either that or there are people that found some Emir tech and then, are
Ascended?
turn them into gods.
yeah, or they appear to be gods because they sufficiently advanced
misunderstand.
technology is indistinguishable.
So that means
from
you're just
magic.
worshipping a dude.
Sure.
You're just
Totally.
worshiping a
A dude
guy.
with a lot of tech.
Yeah,
Would you be
God.
real
Yeah,
disappointed
y'all,
about that?
y'all are dumb.
Henry's over here going, fuck the gods.
Fuck the gods.
So after killing the deer, that pissed off some druids. An adorable. So here's a little peek behind
Oh my
the
God.
druid fight, which is
Oh boy.
I came up with the funny thought of narrating an adorable little raccoon reaches in his fur and pulls out an adorable little knife and slits Oscar's throat.
What a fucking terrible
I
moment.
got like Puss in Boots vibes.
I was so
Yeah.
pissed. I was like,
like
not
Rocket
the
from
fucking
Guardians of the
dwarves. You fucking get away from my dwarves.
And if you guys hadn't gotten
I wasn't
to him,
mad at it. I
if
was
you
like,
guys
all right.
hadn't gotten to him in time, Oscar would be dead.
I know.
I was
Yeah,
ready
man.
to kill
Thank you.
Oscar.
That would have been so
I
sad.
totally
wouldn't
would
have
been As the group healer, I feel obligated to do that right away. So.
I would
Oh,
have
yeah,
been
I
so
figured you'd save
sad.
him. I was just curious. It's kind of, that,
would've quit and
yeah, Guardians of the
changed.
Galaxy.
Gendry
boss.
would not have recovered.
No, I try to, like any good DM, I try to come up, I try to make battles more interesting
Listen,
by
I made
giving...
that choice. I'm just leaning into it.
I try to make battles more interesting by giving different objectives, and I'm like, a downed teammate
Oh, yeah.
is literally immediately dying.
Yeah, for sure.
It gives you a different objective
For
and
sure,
a
for sure.
distraction.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the others came in, and
Yeah.
you captured one, killed two, captured one, and that's when you found out they're just a bunch of druids, guys.
They were just vegetarians. They're like, guys, eat plants.
Like, I knew that deer. She
I was like,
cool.
God damn, if you had
Cedric,
just said that.
Cedric drew first blood, right?
Huh?
What,
yeah.
Yeah, he
was a
killed
deer.
the deer.
It was a doe.
So it's
Female
technically Nifrim's fault.
Hey,
my
hey. Anytime you need some innocent wildlife killed in a forest, I'm happy to smash his head.
Oh my god.
The druids were stupid. And I will watch.
Yes.
They
were kinda
definitely didn't like, they should have made pamphlets, I'm telling you.
Right.
They
I'm
need
like,
to put up
Have
signs.
you heard the good word of
and
eating plants
advertise
instead of
it.
animals?
Like, we're the giving forest, but don't take our food
And-
because we're going to...
And
The thing
maybe
is-
they need to, start off with a, hey, please don't do that again before you,
put up
attack
a sign.
a
You
bunch
don't-
of very well-armed and armored people.
You don't go into your neighbor's house and reach into their refrigerator.
Or do you?
Do you?
Do your neighbors just beat
We
the
don't-
crap out of you?
we
trying to
don't
kill you
know.
After, though? Like,
So-
We just found a fridge in the middle of the forest with nothing on it. That's,
So here's the
Nobody
thing about
sucks.
that. Everyone in the area knows to stay out of that area of the forest
Oh,
because
oops.
of the druids. But
And
you guys aren't from around there. and
Nifrim rolled a
went-
really
did,
shitty check on the
didn't
forest.
know where she
around
was.
here.
well, those druids had what was coming to them.
Gendry wasn't even going in the right
Double O
direction.
says,
half
did
the
you
time.
speak on why Thor showed up for the giant worm? I mean, they had the radiant capacitor at that
We
point.
did.
And
we did.
they were in trouble, and he's the god of protection.
I guess
Well,
we were in trouble.
he's a
I mean, he
protector.
was in trouble.
I was swallowed.
You
Secret
were
killed the small
certainly
camel.
swallowed.
I had it under control.
Oh, the
So-
small camel!
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. I was like trying to think of something like in the desert
Yeah.
that Cedric could relate
What's
to.
a deer?
And I was like, kind of like a camel,
With no
and Eric's
humps.
like a camel, except for not. Like,
That was so
he
good.
was like a horse, and I was like, shit.
Oh yeah, horses exist. So you guys left there and headed
That was
more.
amazing.
You were getting close to the Colburn estate when you decided to stop and prepare. Where Nifrim turned into Dr. Nifrim.
Oh yeah.
In her pretty dress, and a couple of the others kind of changed into more formal.
What did you
wear
guys think that she was doing when I was like, I need a moment?
and walked away.
I mean, I figured you'd like getting ready, but also when he came back to the ground, I was like, why? Why you gotta?
Yeah,
why
getting
you gotta
ready
dress like
emotionally.
You wanted a dress.
Crop dusting farts.
that? I wanted a dress.
Oh yeah.
Just had to fuck.
Yeah. I need a moment.
That's
And
what
then you go off
happens
into
whenever
the woods and
Marcus
fart and
walks off a little bit. He's like,
Except for you thought you were quiet, but it was like.
Yeah, and then Cedric would be like, we heard that. Wicked fart, bro.
Listen, we had a deer last night.
Yeah, that deer sat wrong. I think it was camel.
This is bad venison. I don't get this gas with camel.
no,
Something about that
It's-
hump.
It's all the beans and stuff that we found in the forest.
Oh yeah, all the
God.
beans.
When did we find beans in the
We
forest?
did.
We didn't.
Anyway, you should watch the show.
I did.
If you watch the show, you would know.
Wow.
So during this little rest, that's when you found yourself surrounded by someone that declared that you were trespassing into CTR territory. CTR, of course, Colburn Technological Reclamation, your father's company.
Yeah, when that
We assumed he could
happened,
take us.
I definitely was shaking in my boots. So I was like, oh shit,
Yeah, that was a big mistake.
this is gonna go
I was about
nuts
to hit
from
him with the
here.
hammer, and by
Yeah.
hit, I mean throw it.
Spoiler alert, you guys were utterly fucking outnumbered and
Oh, of
surrounded.
course.
There were way more than you saw.
Nifrim knew that.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. We've always been up against way more than we saw.
Yeah, so have
Have they
they.
seen me get big?
So have they. These are top mercenary guards.
Yeah, you say that, and then okay.
I wouldn't have fought them.
Yeah.
I would have tried to
We've
stop.
done a dance off.
So now, Bunzers,
Damn.
we're about to get into this week's episode, but we hope you stick around. So then into the next episode, you identified yourself as a Colburn, and he didn't recognize you. No one there did.
I was actually very surprised about that because I was so looking forward to that moment of being like, I'm finally home, and then he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I was like, "Wait, what? What do I do? What do I do?"
So he then called it in.
Help.
He called it in because of your weird statement that he didn't really believe, but he's like, might as well call this in and see what this Nifrim shit's all about. To which, seemingly, Nox answered. And so here's a little peek behind the scenes, because in the show, he just said, sit tight, pointed at a tree, and then a portal appeared. So I tried to be creative, and come up with high security protocols with a medieval and magic twist. Bunzer's gotta go. Love you, Bunzers.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Buns.
joining.
Love
Lola
you.
says, I imagine the necklace is what helped you from them attacking. Yeah, a little bit. It kind of gave her some credence. He's like,
Probably.
It made him second guess, like, you're not Nifrim, but he saw that.
Yeah.
And so what happened there, their protocol is, if they call in for backup, especially specific backup in this case, because when Trimmel told Nox Nifrim, Nox knows, so he's like, keep them there, open a portal. So what happens is the leader of the present group finds a large enough tree for tree stride, or travel by plants.
Transport via plane.
Yeah, transport via plants. And he points to it. Home base then scries on that guard to see the tree that they're pointing at. And
So they
once
can
they
show
can
up.
see that tree, their staff druid basically sees that tree, they then cast that so that they can instantly travel to back up whoever's there.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
it's like a
that's
really
fun.
neat thing. And it was also something that I did not understand. I lived it, I edited the episode twice, and I still didn't realize what was happening. So I liked when you explained that to me.
And through the portal walked Nox.
I thought he used Dimension Door.
No.
Dimension Door only goes 500 feet, friend.
Yeah, but you
Travel via
magic,
planes
okay.
could go. Travel via planes could go across the planet
Fucking nerd.
to another planet, technically, as long as
You're
there's
the
a tree.
DM,
You
you
know
can
the
make
tree.
it go as far as it wants.
Oh, imagine taking a tree on a spaceship and then like you can transport everyone.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Anyway,
Yo.
Where are we?
so
We don't know about
Nox,
spaceships yet.
head of security, even back when you were home. A good friend of Nifrim, apparently.
I fucking love him.
Another little insight. So he hugged you, and then kind of did the like grabbing your face and let me see you. Even when Nox showed up, everyone still had their weapons leveled. So this was actually another level of security, in that he hugs you and feels your body, and then feels your face to make sure it's not an illusion and
Yeah.
you are who you say you are. Because disguise self doesn't work if you touch.
Yeah,
Like, it's not tangible, so...
right.
Yeah, guy.
Yeah, guy.
What?
He doesn't use disguise self, he uses disguises. In
Yeah.
which that would work.
Bitch.
Unless they, while holding in space, they started wiping
Rubbing away makeup.
I generally don't let people touch me.
That's
this
very
black on
true.
your cheeks isn't coming off.
Yeah, that's like lesson one. Don't
The
let
only
people touch
time
you.
Nifrim has touched you was when you were dead. That also came out wrong. When she saved your life.
Double O says this is where Nif turned into Grandma Nif, squeezing the hands of everyone.
Fuck off. He was so cute. I came up with the idea of Nox, and I was like, I think it'd be a really cool thing if she was like really like had a really good friend with one of the guards. And
Yeah, Viv. Oh boy, Nif's family. We're getting there. So,
sorry guys.
Nox takes you back to the Colburn estate. Your ice machine's gonna beep again, isn't it? That would be so annoying.
You want me to go and plug in?
No, it's fine. It would drive me crazy, like, if I lived. Like, what the hell?
Anyway.
It just beeps. Anyway.
People are walking.
So, it takes you to the Colburn estate. I mentioned that, through the tree line is a village. Oh, it's not a village. It is a gargantuan estate. It beat. I need you to know ice is ready.
Well, yeah, duh. Ice is important.
Bro, the ice.
I need to know when the beat
Ice
is
must
ready.
flow.
The ice must flow.
Yeah.
Double O says beep. Bing bong.
Dude, that was
The ice
If you could change it to Bing Bong.
Please change it to Bing Bong. You're a tech guy.
So,
Yeah, that's how
what
that
do you
works.
guys think of...
Yeah, just, tinker with
You're a tech guy. Just fucking
Yeah, come on,
hit it
Nifrim
with a,
could do it.
hit
Why
it with a
can't you?
hammer or something.
Hit him with the hammer. Don't you take a screwdriver and then
So what did you guys think of Nifrim's home?
It was cool, man.
And the scale of it?
How long did that take
It
you?
was very cool.
months, and
Months.
you've only seen about 20% of it.
Months? Oh
If
my
that.
god.
Are we going to see the whole thing?
Holy shit.
I
That's what you
actually
guys
don't know.
did.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking find out. That's
Look
right.
around.
Oh
First we're
my
gonna fuck
god,
around, and then
Gendry
we're
is
gonna
gonna
find out.
get us.
That's right. That's right.
But they don't know about that
Listen,
yet. They
kids,
haven't seen that.
minor illusion. That's all I'm saying.
So, takes you in. Security is quadrupled from before.
Yeah.
And you meet Nifrim's mom. What's the Ragna? And
Smashable.
Wilton, the butler.
Also
who
smashable.
Gendry
Yeah,
harassed.
that's it.
Very smashable.
I didn't mean to harass him.
That was what it's like. Did your parents know you would be like when they named you? Why did they give you a servant's name?
And he's like,
Because I was a servant.
slave.
I felt like being like, well, that worked out.
Nifrim wanted to crawl into a motherfucking hole. She was like,
That's a good
oh
one.
my god.
That worked out then, I guess.
That was good.
So then Nifrim went. You had to prepare for dinner. So Nifrim went to her room for some reminiscing, and antics ensued when the rest of the gang went to the quarters.
It was all this guy.
Viv says they
No,
should
man,
count the
you rolled a
silverware
high enough
after you all
deception.
leave.
And I was like, okay.
I mean, were you?
I believe you.
Did you doubt
Exactly,
me?
Viv.
I mean,
There's
yeah.
other things they need to count.
Come on, man.
Yeah, not just because of Gendry.
My deceptions get basically all I have.
The antics that you guys got
my
is
God.
some of the best Gendry and Cedric action that
my
I've
God.
seen with the 100
I had to,
freaking clothes.
I had to.
It made me think of A Christmas Story
Yep.
when Ralphie's brother gets
Yep.
the coat, and it's like,
Yep.
but I have to go to the bathroom.
Yep, that was it.
00 says big man in a little
little
lots
yeah.
flare coat.
Yes.
That was so
That was it.
funny.
I was
It was role played so well.
Like, Nifrim was obviously like, oh my god, but I was like,
Oh, I was eating that up.
yes.
Oh yeah, Viv says, here's an important question. We'll
This
get to
is
questions
important.
soon, but this might as well be now. When will Gendry and Cedric finally stop denying their love for one another? Episode 100?
Do you want me to switch?
We get a little rain in here. Almost get close.
What day is it today?
It was a Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying. For me, it'll be Tuesday.
But we don't know which.
That's right. I'm not saying which.
So after those antics and talk of stealing pillows in front of the
Yeah,
butler.
we're like bros.
What?
Totally. But apparently in your world, brothers
are
fuck.
the only
Jesus
brothers
Christ.
who make out
God damn it.
heavily in
Not canon!
Not with each other.
What is with you, dude?
So much.
We had this discussion.
What is wrong with it?
I agree with Sam. What is
like
with you?
a giant deadly battle, and they're just like,
Oh my
That would
god!
be a lot.
These guys have done nothing but help us, and everybody in my party is like, these guys can go fuck themselves.
they're just making out.
I like that.
In my defense, I was doing it
Thank
before it
you.
was cool, man.
Oh my god!
I mean,
You're an Oscar and Orvar hater hipster.
So then the
I
door.
mean, yeah.
That was
So
a
then
lot
the
more.
bell, the dinner bell rang, and the lovely family dinner started.
well,
Good thanks.
So one by one, you guys were introduced to
All the
Nifrim's family. What was it? 7 siblings that were there, I believe.
Smash. Smash.
So, fun fact about. Oh my god.
smirsh, smirsh, smirsh. Pretty good guy. Smirsh, smirsh.
And Smirsh.
And you later found out he actually wanted to smirsh. And you're like, oh, really?
So, fun fact about Nifrim's family, I'm actually one of 6 children, and my parents were one of 10 apiece. Like, separate families, not the
Big
same
family.
they weren't siblings. God. Anyway, so
Whoa.
I was like,
I don't know why she attacked you on that.
Because Oscar Orvar.
Oh God!
Making out. You go to Christmas dinner, all your siblings
God
are just
damn it.
making out.
Oh my
God, I hate Christmas dinner.
Anyway,
God, why are you guys always making out?
Dinner more like unending entrance of family. Surprise cousins weren't there. Oh, that would have taken forever.
that bit turned into a longer bit than I thought it was going to be, but
It was so long.
I didn't model them after specific people in my family, but I definitely wanted her to come from a huge, ridiculous family.
Yeah.
And by that point, she had only ever mentioned her older brother, Erling and Oon.
The noon,
The youngest brother, who, fun fact, you had never, like, you met her as a baby. She's 10 years old, and you left 10 years ago.
Yep.
You
acts
only
like she
knew
knew
her as a newborn.
Yep. Which, there's more on that in the next
So
episode.
so that you guys started corresponding when she wrote you a letter?
So basically,
Nifrim wrote her.
Nifrim
so
wrote her.
basically,
She-
Nifrim was writing to her the whole time she was gone,
Oh,
but
cool.
was sending them to. Sorry, go ahead.
Nifrim started writing to Un because she felt like she abandoned her, and she wanted to keep track of her adventures and the things that she found. And she was like, "What better way to kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Write letters to Un, and also what?
Why you gotta be killing birds?
When did I mention birds before?
Anyway,
Dude, why are you always calling birds?
God,
We've made Sam upset.
Jeez.
this is the awkward family dinner right here.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah, it is the only thing scarier than fighting a dragon.
yeah, family dinners. Dola says thought it was a 9-year-old. Well, it's supposed to be 10, so.
Yeah, she's 10.
Whichever.
So then, when she got old enough to write and read, she started corresponding with you directly.
Old are elves when they learn how to write.
Yes.
Yeah, so elves do develop at a different rate, but also Un might be like a genius or something.
She's very.
It's a family of
yeah,
very talented people. So
She popped out of the womb with a scroll and a pen.
She was like, wah, and to thee, and then I will, and then there you go, and then
my dearest sister,
and then it flew away.
I need Baba.
Mother dearest.
I hope this letter finds you well.
This morning,
I have a wet
Father
dye-dye.
covered his face and he totally disappeared.
I learned object permanence today.
Oh my god.
Today I learned that my feet were part of me.
And can fit in my mouth.
So,
Shut up and open
met the lovely family. All have mixed feelings, different feelings about Nifrim's leaving and
Which,
returning.
honestly, what I did for that is I wrote descriptions of each of her siblings and what their personalities would be like, and Steve took that and came up with his own conclusions on how they would feel.
How they would feel, and also like their the descriptions, like physical descriptions.
I felt like it was perfect.
I also have descriptions of all of your siblings.
He does, and they all say smash.
It's either says
Except for
smash or not smash next to it.
Or a kind of a bitch.
Fun fact, fun fact, I had to make a table. I had to make a table to keep track. It was name, description, how they felt about from leaving.
Hertha, kind of a bitch.
And
Kind of a
his has
bitch.
one extra row or column.
Pretty cool,
bangable.
bro.
Rock hard breasts.
Formidable.
I don't know
It's like
where
a brick
formidable-
in
I
a
didn't
purse.
write formidable. I don't know where formidable came from.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It was very formidable. She's a fox.
Very formidable.
She's a bread.
Stone cold.
And then
Aw, I fucked that up for you, Bo. That's one of my favorite things. When I said that Sideric was engaged, and he goes,
what the hell? What the hell, man?
No, you go, how dare you?
It was genuine. And it wasn't Sideric.
It was Josh.
Hear it. It was Josh. He's like, I'm over here trying to get some.
I fucked his day up a little bit.
Also,
got
I
nip
don't
lock.
believe Bodil accepted the proposal.
That's true.
true.
That's very true.
That's true.
Which
Well,
makes
we've
it
done a lot
even
of things
funnier that
together.
Nif said it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but was she there when, she turned him down or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't it
I don't know,
there
that's
when
true.
you got turned down by...
Oh, fuck, did I
I
not
don't
know
think
that?
so.
I don't know.
I metagamed on accident.
Uh-oh.
That's alright. We'll
No. What actually
We'll
happened
allow
was
Bodil told you.
no. What actually happened is she's protecting Sideric from her
Yeah,
sister.
that actually tracks a little better.
Yep, that's why. Thank you.
Yay! Okay, we're back. Thank you, Viv. Sorry about that, folks. I think we had an internet
Here you
hiccup
go.
there.
There's some more Wawa.
What's up
There you
with
go,
that?
buddy. Thanks.
I hope we didn't lose too much, but basically, I was saying that Einar was inspired by the
Fancy.
father from the newest season of You, and he would make fun of people in front of their face without them realizing. That's how he kind of asserted power. And
And to be clear, I came up with the idea of Nifrim long before we saw that show.
yeah,
It
and
was really weird.
Would you say that he's establishing dominance?
Pretty
You
much.
better
Yeah.
not be filling that glass up with ice.
God, now the ice
You are
machine's gonna
making
go
a
again.
million sounds.
Well, no, what I'm saying is he's going to fill my glass all the way to the top with ice. Watch.
Oh my
So I'm
God.
gonna have like
The noise.
I'm gonna have like no liquid
These
in
people
my
don't know
glass.
how to stream.
What?
So,
It's a thing.
fun fact,
Yeah,
when
fuck you, man.
every time I gave him an insight check DC of 25.
Ooh.
Because he's very charismatic. He's a very, very powerful businessman.
Sam was the only one to come close.
Sam was the only one to come close, which we'll get back to, but when Nifrim did an insight, I kind of gave her a lower DC because she knows her father and how he works.
Yeah, right.
So when you guys did, when she did an insight check and I muted you guys in Discord, what I said was, your father is playing his favorite game, making fun of people in front of their face without them realizing. He despises your friends.
And I actually told Steve today when Gendry asked Nifrim if there was anything they could do to make this better for her or easier or whatever. she was like super embarrassed and she was like, nope, everything's fine. But she wasn't embarrassed of you guys. She was embarrassed of her family. She's fucking humiliated by...
Okay, he probably couldn't hear it, but he said he despises her dad.
Is that yours?
That's yours.
Yep, that's a lot of ice.
Big
Well,
percent.
Marcus doesn't really like rich people,
Thank you.
so
Yeah,
he doesn't
He's got
care what you
reasons.
think.
this is okay for... Yeah, exactly. I think it was an internet hiccup because Google wasn't working either, but that's alright, we're back.
Stars and garters.
So,
Look at that horse shit. Look versus.
so yeah,
Loves you.
her dad was making fun of you guys the whole time. Like, by the way, I wrote some disses, maybe we can get into them later. I wrote some disses he had for
He read
each of
them
you.
to me this
And
morning.
they are heavy.
They're fucking brutal.
They are biting. Like, the backhanded compliment, he's the master of them. So
we should
then...
get into questions.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
we were so basically that episode ended with. So he asked, "So what have you guys been up to lately?" At which point, Marcus drops the bomb of the campaign. Oh yeah, we were at Ragnarok. No big deal. It's all good. It's scary, but
I
we're
survived it because I'm cool.
Yeah, right.
I was
wrong,
like,
Viv.
oh, yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, we're just going straight into that.
Yep.
All right, let's do that. And then on top of that, Nifrim drops the bomb. Oh, and by the way, I'm not staying. Everyone thought you were home for good.
See, the funny thing is, I didn't realize that was going to be a bomb drop. Like, I just wanted to be up front with them so they understood why she was there.
Yeah.
And you were like, more clanks. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. And so that brings us up to at least current aired.
Yeah.
So, sorry, we don't really have fun. You guys want to go into questions?
Yeah,
or
we
any
can-
comments on what we've done so far?
I'd like to hear some of those dishes you were talking about. Bro, that's a lot of ice.
Say again?
The disses.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let me go through a couple of the
That's
disses
nice.
real quick because they were really good.
It's super weird.
I feel like we skipped over the part where we all tried to eye bang the shit out of Kari.
Yeah, well, that happened.
Speak for yourself. There you go. Speak for yourself, fucker.
That's my sister.
That's
God.
another person. God.
In my notes, I even have it labeled sick disses, and there's some for the general group
Oh, dude,
and
he's about
some
to drop
for
a
each
diss
person
track.
specifically. So for the group, he got a couple out during the episode, but some others for the entire group. So how did a group of such varied individuals find themselves together?
Very.
And then, like, if you guys mentioned your group name, the Jotunn Slayers, he would have said, the Jotunn Slayers. I like it. I admire a pompous title.
Fuck that
Says, I suppose it must be refreshing to be here in the lush lands of Alfheim. A drastic change of pace from the unique cultures up north. And of course, most of you are Muspelheimian. For Gendry, he got one in about your makeup or whatever, your battle paint, but another was, that is a fine coat you have there. I didn't realize Muspelheim had such elegant tailors.
guy. Fucking
Marcus, look at you, a half-elf. So quaint.
And he's racist on top of it.
Sounds like my grandparents.
A man of the Aesir. How brave of you to dedicate your life to worship and protecting the people of this realm, rather than settling down and enjoying a life with your family. Ooh. At which point, I was sure you would come back with my family's dad. He says, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. You must think the worst of me. I suppose that explains your dedication to the gods if you have nothing else to live for.
God damn. God
No,
damn.
I saw what you're doing. I was like,
Yeah.
try to resist.
For Cedric, now there's a man destined for Valhalla. My, you are quite the specimen, aren't you? You obviously value portraying a formidable image. From where do you hail? And then you would say Escaholt, or have me remind you the name of the town.
That's what that
And he says, Escaholt, that explains your stellar physique. When you're surrounded by nothing but farmland, I suppose the only hobby you can manage is building muscle.
I wouldn't be offended by those. Like,
Of course.
Yeah, bro, I do have great
Nifrim would
muscles.
be.
I literally have in my notes, parenthetical, Cedric says anything dumb. My, what a bright mind inside that head of yours. Such a unique understanding of the world.
Unique.
Thank you.
Oh.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's see,
I need his voice to go up an octave, though.
yeah.
Thank you.
I had a lot of fun stuff like that. So
Unfortunately, Marcus,
I kind of cut it short.
mode that.
Derailed.
Yeah.
So let's get into
That's what I was doing.
your questions. If you got a question for us that you haven't already posted
Drop it
in our
in
Discord,
chat.
discord.forgeoflore.com, please come join us. It is so much fun.
That's right, we're taking your
active
questions.
every day. We're in there
All right.
talking to you guys.
Here we
We got
go.
really cool
Get
people in
sneaks
there
behind-
that aren't
sneak
us.
behind. Yeah, exactly.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Sneak behind the, sneak peek behind the scenes, all sorts of things.
already out of work.
That's true. I'm almost
Cyber, you can
done.
put the questions in Twitch or Discord, the Skald questions. Either one, we'll get to
It's
them.
gonna get
If you
real
put 'em in
squirrely
chat
drinking the last of this
now-
water.
Yeah,
Won't
chat
be able
is
to-
probably the easiest.
We'll be
So
able
throw 'em
to
in
address
That's how we
that.
end the stream.
So first question is from Josh at the Heroes Die Show. How does your initial character concepts differ from what the characters are now? We'll start with Cedric.
I was thinking about this one. I think I was going to be a little bit more serious, being,
Like more brutal.
yeah, well, being banned from my homeland and stuff. I was going to be a lot more broody and serious, but it's me.
That changed
You turned
real
into the
quick.
clown.
It's me, so I devolved. That's okay.
I'm really glad it went where it
That's
went
okay.
because he is a
One
fucking
day,
phenomenal.
I will play a very serious character, and I will stick with it.
Stay tuned.
I don't know that I believe that.
It'll happen.
What about Nifrim?
She is exactly the same as I had in my head from the very beginning.
Socially awkward.
Very, very awkward.
Inquisitive.
She's a very
Comes the
curious
next
mind. She likes to figure things out, and it's
Same old Nif.
yep. But she's
That ice tree.
and she does sleep in the sand, and there is a reason why she does that, and I can't wait till the moment you guys find out.
Nice. Yeah.
All those jokes. What about Gendry?
Yeah, Gendry is as he was at the very beginning. Man.
Yep.
Yeah. When I sent
Pretty
you that
much.
doc, it's like, dude,
Yep.
this is him.
Yep, pretty much.
And it's been my goal to kind of let him out a little bit by little bit, like a balloon, just like
I've
a little bit.
I've definitely enjoyed the journey of learning more and more about Gendry.
I haven't. I want to know what the fuck's
Yeah,
going on.
the thing was though, like at the very beginning, I didn't really know how I wanted to let him out. So at first, I was super like blunt about it. You know, like oh yeah, his veneer slips, and then you see.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped doing that. And then as we've gone on, he's become a bit more serious and a bit more serious and a bit more serious.
Less prankster.
And I find myself
more
when we're playing.
brooder.
I find myself when we're playing.
I mean, he can't help himself.
I actually have to try to be who I was at the beginning. Like I have to try to be all like funny. And,
I mean, it's natural for characters to kind of evolve
For
and
sure.
stuff
You-
like
you
that.
fall
for
into
sure.
the role.
Yeah, and you start learning about the character yourself. Definitely, it's one of my favorite things in D&D.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it is different from what you've originally envisioned.
Absolutely, it's a really good question, Josh. And last, what about Marcus?
Not really all that. Like, I created Marcus to show people that, you know, a paladin doesn't have to be that. Well, we just follow all the rules. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
I wanted, you know, also to try and, you know, portray that, you know, the paladins can play with the rules, and you don't necessarily have to be a lawful good paladin. You can be any kind of paladin that you want. The only thing that I really have been working on outside of the game is like his backstory and how he got to that point.
Yeah, because sometimes you come up with, like, you mentioned stuff from your backstory. I'm like, I will make note of that because you didn't tell me that. Pretty sure you just made that up. And how old is Marcus?
Oh my god, how
Fuck's
fucking
sake.
old is he?
Around 100. I have to nail down like the
Yeah,
exact date
let's
after
set it as 100-ish. 100-ish.
well, he looks great.
101.
Jeez, like,
does.
just
Whatever he's
changing,
doing.
making him older and
Whatever his
older.
regimen
So
is.
about 6,000 years
I have a
old.
follow-up question.
Yeah.
Did you have your piercings when we started the game?
That's next episode. Stay tuned for that. That's a doozy.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
Thank you so much, Josh, for
Also
your
like to play
question.
around with
Yeah, that was a
what
good question.
morals he'll
Because he's a little shaky on those as far as there's certain stuff he won't do and certain stuff he will.
Yes. Like, there are lines in the sand for him, and then there are other ones where he's like, yeah, but I can wiggle with this line if it gets me something that I want.
Yeah.
Next question from One Man Armada. Whether or not Nifrim is a fan of relationships.
Oh, there's some stuff from her past that hasn't been discussed yet, but she's kind of like whatever. Clearly very, very bisexual, and
Like smooching strangers.
that was to save our lives.
Oh
but
yeah, we kind of skimmed over.
You
like,
weren't a stranger. She's been traveling with you for a bit.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean, you're strange, but
You
I'm
are
a stranger.
strange.
Got him.
Yep. When
1 point.
when Oscar's throat got slit, the reason she like stealthed off and came back to watch him was she was like genuinely terrified he was about to die.
Yeah.
And she's like kind of got some feelings for him, but
My darling.
also because of things from her past, she's not like, let's get
Stop
married.
pursuing.
No.
Let's get married.
No.
No.
So kind
No.
of interested in relationships?
Thanks for the question, Amanda.
Sure, man. Yeah.
All right,
Thanks, Armada.
from Indy, do you consider your outfit before gaming? Any of you consider your outfit for the episode?
Yep.
Outfit on screen?
Yeah.
Oh,
outfit
yeah,
on
every
screen.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always got to be the same.
Yep. The current
Please
shirt
donate
you
to our coffee.
do
Link
not.
down in the description so that we can
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
finally buy Sam a new shirt.
I mean, it also just depends on what's going
you guys,
on.
I would just get more of this one.
Son of a bitch.
Just the same one again.
If we're here in person now, it's
The-
definitely the
same one.
shirt. No, I'm kidding.
Unwashed.
Josh definitely
I wash
considered
every
his
time.
outfit
This is my lucky
one
shirt.
time,
I don't wash it, okay?
but it was only after the fact when he
You
ripped
rip-
it the fuck
When you
off.
ripped your shirt on air, did you mean to rip it?
I did, and I was disappointed it didn't rip more. I wanted to, but
You're like, I liked this shirt.
I was disappointed.
Dude, it was so.
I'm just not strong enough.
I almost fell off my stool. It was so funny.
Yeah, man. That was good.
I did like that shirt,
Not
but it was the
Levi's.
only shirt I could part with.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So did you wear it knowing you could rip it?
I was like, you know what? I might rip
That's
my shirt today.
hilarious.
You mean like when you're raging? Did you know I was gonna prank you, bro? It's just a prank, bro.
Oh my god.
Dedication.
I always consider what I'm gonna wear before the show based off of what's happening in the show. Like when we did the raid, I did some
Oh yeah, the
crazy,
makeup.
ridiculous makeup.
The vine rune on your head and stuff.
And
That's always great.
for the most recent episode when we met my family, I wore my what I call my punk rock shirt. So I was like, I'm ready for fucking battle. That's what
yeah.
it's gonna be.
Yeah, right.
Fun little kind of hint for you guys is I will often choose a shirt based on what's happening that episode.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell us about what hit body you guys later.
Interesting.
Like for the Elfethin ritual, I wore the wolf shirt. For the raid, I did too, and stuff like that.
Fun fact: it's always the wolf shirt that
Yeah,
he's
it's
referring
always the
to.
wolf shirt.
If I could, I just wouldn't wear it.
Sometimes I wear the Skull Punisher shirt
We know
when
that.
something real bad's about to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Now we know.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll watch
Yeah, but
Steve's shirt
then
now.
shit,
you take off. You take off your shirt. I had another shirt on. It's punishment. Oh shit! Oh
I got a hoodie on.
Yeah.
Zip. That's right, folks. Roll a death save. By the way, I love this shirt. I got this from Corridor Digital. It's the media offline from
Editing
Adobe.
people?
Editors get it. It's amazing.
A nightmare.
I love this shirt.
That's a nightmare
It's
shirt.
a nightmare.
I
Thank
hate
you,
it.
Who
Indy,
fucked
for
up?
that.
Who moved something? God damn it!
And
Too many
Viv
fucking
says,
cooks in the kitchen.
What's Viv
Too many
says?
cooks?
What is Gendry's real backstory?
That's a good question.
Okay, moving on. Thanks, Viv.
It has something to do with like being alive.
Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Yep. So
Whatever story he gives you will probably be a lie.
yeah, which I love that bit. Indy has a question for DM Steve. How much planning did you put into the campaign before you started it? What's prep like leading up? And what do you use to keep notes organized? And do you touch up your notes after a session? So I'll do these one by one. So how much planning did I put into the campaign? So I came up and pitched you guys the campaign, and we didn't start filming for 3 months, thereabout.
That's when pre-production started.
Yeah. Those 3 months.
Insane.
Like, I had spent the previous couple weeks coming up with kind of bullet points, the main ideas, which at some point, if we have time today, I mean, it's getting late, but
Yeah, it's getting late.
Maybe next episode I'll go into, like, my kind of inspirations and stuff. Or just come talk to me in Discord, discord.forgelore.com. I'll tell you all about it. Or come hang out here on Twitch. I do the talespire streams. I'll tell you there. Next question was, what's prep like leading up to the session? It's usually the morning of, although I'll come up with ideas the week of. Most of my ideas come from half asleep, right before I fall asleep. Oh my god, what are you guys doing?
Nothing. Don't mind us, dude.
This is fine.
What do I use to keep my notes organized? Notion.so. It's basically OneNote, but free and web-based. It's very cool. I highly recommend it, and I use the Lazy DM's, what's it called? Hang on one sec, I got it right here.
Too lazy.
Shit, it's
Too
right
lazy.
here. The Lazy Campaign template. Google that. It's awesome. It's a Notion template with databases and like character databases. It's super useful, and I basically modified that.
Yeah, that sounds way better
Viv, we love you too.
than what I got.
Oh, I love it. Oh, not a question. Just wanted to say I love you all. Looking forward to more episodes.
Thank you.
Love you, Viv. Thanks, Cindy. Post session. Do I review the session? Touch up notes? Only when I need specific details. Thing is, I also tend to help edit the episodes, so I kind of, if necessary, I write notes when I'm editing.
That beats mine.
Cedric Thorvald has a question for your campaign, Steve. Why don't I have more ladies? I deserve more ladies.
Yeah.
Why don't I have more ladies?
Why doesn't
I had a whole table of ladies.
I forgot I actually
You did?
gave you the answer in the Discord. Simply, shut up, Sly.
Yep.
Viv asks, why doesn't everyone but Cedric have more ladies? They deserve more ladies than
Tell
Cedric.
me about it.
I don't think Gendry deserves any
I feel like it's obvious.
No, I don't think he deserves any
Because they don't have
ladies
the
ever.
game that Cedric does.
Let's
They can't
see.
obtain all the-
You think this is a game?
Marcus has very, very selective taste.
Oh, Indy asks, have you considered doing any one-off campaigns or for fundraising or whatever? We actually have been talking about that.
Yeah, for sure.
In fact, now that the way we've been doing Forge Lore over the almost year we've been doing it is we bank episodes. Like, obviously, we have played session 44, but it hasn't aired yet. That gives us leeway for if someone needs a vacation or someone has something they have to do, they can't make it, we burn a saved episode. Since we're not going to be doing that, it might be that if someone can't show up, we'll do a one-shot or something, maybe just like a quickie.
Yeah.
But also, we would love to do some like fundraisers and stuff. Once we get Twitch affiliate and maybe YouTube affiliate, we can
Do
actually
more,
do
yeah.
built-in fundraisers, and I'm definitely down for that.
That would be
sounds
really cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
We need a
If you
fundraiser
want
for a new
one shots,
Yeah.
I have like almost every one
Some
of
new
the
pants.
5th edition books. So
Yeah, exactly.
I
Sam
could
really
just-
wants to run Tomb.
I could just
Annihilation.
pull a book and be like, well, this one has 13 little campaigns.
Might do a
Let me grab
module.
this one.
That would be fun. Cyber in the Twitch chat says, how many of the players spy on the no-player streams?
Nope.
Not me.
Never.
Anyone
What's
tune
that?
into my Talespire streams where I'm like, no players?
The only one I was there was for Nifrim's home.
Not
Yeah,
me, man.
The only thing I've ever done is I see you guys on there and I'm like, oh, rude.
Yeah, right.
And you don't watch the show at all, so you definitely
I
don't.
don't know what you're talking about. I'm an avid watcher.
Yeah, no, you're not.
It's the only thing he watches.
Yeah.
He was watching it when we
On
came in.
repeat. Yeah, it's like
That was Cyber.
Let's.
I put it on in the
yeah, sorry,
background.
Cyber. I was looking at the wrong thing. Thanks, Cyber. That
was a good question.
Let's see. Going through a bunch of gifts. Okay. Gendry Phillips
That's not
asks,
my fault.
like, what's Gendry's deal?
Yeah.
Go ahead and answer that,
That's a good
Gendry.
question. So after World War II,
No, cut.
Oh, no. That is that's a callback joke from last night. No.
dude, it keeps on giving. That shit's paying serious dividends, my friends.
God damn it.
If you want to know, though, message me privately. I'll tell you. I'll tell you all about it.
It's a good joke.
And then
not a
lastly,
joke.
it's not.
It is a joke.
That is not a fucking
I've
joke.
heard this joke before.
That is fucking real.
Lastly, Viv says, asks me, do you enjoy playing Loki? Loki. To which I say, of course. Loki is so fun because he's so antagonistic.
I love fucking with
and clever.
Yoki. Now I'm saying it.
Yoki. Well, his name's Yoki now.
Yep, he's Yoki.
Is he made out of yolks?
No, it is a blast. And fun little fact. It's a terrible impression, but it's basically my Mark Hamill Joker impression. The high with the lows.
That's fun. That's fun to play.
It's so much fun because I like harassing these people and antagonizing them. It's
works.
a lot of fun.
It works.
Thank you guys so much for the questions. Before we go, do you guys, the players, have any questions for either each other or me about the campaign or anything at all?
That would be that again.
Dude.
No, as players, do you have questions? It's a big ass.
I can't think of anything.
What's Cedric's like end game?
Yeah, why are you hanging
What's
out
your
with us?
goal?
What's your deal?
Getting
I don't.
experience?
I kind of like we've done my backstory already. We got back. I killed the
Redeemed you.
king. I redeemed. him.
Right, but what now?
I guess I'm just gonna keep growing and hanging. Why you want to
Saving
leave?
the world.
No, God, no.
For
would you
some,
prank?
for some people, it is just
You'd
as
be
simple
so
as
sad. You'd never
go kill some shit.
I get more mascara. I love that. That's
Like,
what that boiled down to. That's great.
Yep, that's super
how
cool.
Marcus started way back in the days. It's like, soldier, cool. I'm angry and I like killing stuff. So let's do
Yeah,
that.
but you're like 100 years old. I'm only 16. I don't want to be like 95 more years. Fucking.
By the way,
Whoa!
just on that, when you said you were 16 in that episode, I'm like, oh, you are?
Yeah, none of us
I'm
knew.
pretty sure I wrote that down. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
It wasn't in the
I have no
description.
idea
I
how
added it
Gendry
to
is.
my notes for you.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know.
I was like, no,
Shut up, ice machine.
yeah, shut up.
It's not going to beep because it's not full. But beep.
Oh, okay. Not yet.
Not yet.
But yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how old Gendry is. I couldn't tell you.
85.
Nefrum's 38.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's 38.
Maybe.
Which I think when we started the campaign, Marcus was younger than her, so.
Yeah.
No.
Aged.
I like how that keeps evolving.
He was
like,
in that
it's really
maze for
funny.
a really long time.
The maze fucked him up.
Debbie
I think to this day, though, one of my favorite moments that we've had was Gendry and Marcus talking about his family.
Well, that was fun.
Oh yeah, because I don't like surprises.
I don't like
couldn't
surprises was one
stop
of my
laughing.
favorites. That was so
good.
fucking beautiful.
I don't
it
like
was poetry.
surprises. The last surprise I had was my
Walking
family
in on my
dead.
family dead.
Yikes.
What?
That was an
After
amazing
Gendry's just
moment.
like, how you doing?
Yep. He's like, how you doing? Good. How about them daggers? Wife and kids dead. I don't see how I could have avoided this.
Marcus is very much rip that band-aid off as soon as it's
Sure.
time.
Sure.
You know what?
Dropping
so-
huge bombshells.
Still coming up with a format, so let's end the show with like this. So, was that your favorite moment from the campaign?
So,
Josh, what's your favorite moment from the campaign so far, excluding 44?
Oh, it's blue. I'm thinking. I kind of like the shirts. right now.
The shirt?
At the moment.
The shirt?
Every time we do a prank, they just get better.
Yeah.
Just get better.
Better and better.
Yeah.
I gotta like messing around.
When
It's such a good harmless
When I
prank,
set your
too.
face on fire and then put it out, that was fucking.
Although I really do like some of the moments where I'm like kicking ass.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, some of the moments where I'm watching you guys fight are pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just putting out fires and be like, I did stuff.
Hi. Fucking just. Oh no, I was fighting the whole time. Yeah, I'm making sure this guy's okay.
I have a question. How much money have you stolen so far?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
All of it.
Oh, like from you or
No, in general.
No, just in
in
general.
general? I mean, it's been
From the
hundreds.
start.
Yeah, like
This
hundreds and
campaign.
hundreds, man. Yeah.
You got 180 from one. I forget which.
God
Yeah.
damn, dude.
Yeah, I mean, when the whole beheading thing was happening, I was just.
Oh yeah.
Different.
I put my hands. What is it? I put my hands on someone's bag and pull it out of their bag.
Yeah, like
Yes.
I-
Oh, that was
someone
another
said. I
really
put
good
my
one.
hand on the hilt of my.
I put my hand on my sword instead, or whatever.
And you were like, I
pull out
put.
my sword.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
That
put
was
my hand.
amazing.
I pull out my sword.
Yeah.
And I put my hand in someone's pocket.
Yeah, check the short.
Yeah.
Eric, what's your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that's it. Doing just really dumb shit to Cedric.
Yeah, the antics.
Yeah. Whenever I do any of that, like, really emotional shit, it doesn't feel good to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm in it. So, it's not my favorite.
Aww.
But maybe after the fact. Maybe watching it after the fact.
Yeah,
Like, what
I mean,
happened
thanks for the
to
best moments, but
Yeah, sure.
in the moment, I'm sure you're like, yeah, because like me, you get into the character, you're feeling the character.
Yeah, very much. So really, I think the biggest payoff I've had is just the laughs. So when I set him on fire, when I poured that shit all over myself, shit like that.
I changed my mind.
Oh god,
My favorite part was when I beheaded the.
the Jarl
Yeah.
beheaded
That was some good shit.
Regenwald.
That was definitely some good shit.
That was
fight
good.
was awesome.
That was
was
super
very
cool
cool.
moment.
It's not the end of your story. I know it. Fucking know
Yeah,
it.
man,
Well,
for
my
sure.
mom's dead.
Well, actually,
Telling you.
I have a question. When are we going to get to some substantial Marcus backstory shit?
Super dude.
Dude,
Well, you're in Alfheim now.
Yeah.
Marcus is from Alfheim,
Okay.
so
Because that's cool. I want to see that.
Ergo.
I have
stay tuned.
Hey, good.
I have like it all settled now. Basically, I just gotta pick names.
Yeah, and I can come up with names if you want. Sam, what's your favorite moment so far?
I'm torn between Cedric's mom, that whole fiasco,
God damn it.
Me too. God
and
damn
when
it.
I did the surprise. How
Oh,
I feel about
the-
surprise.
I don't like
It brought my
surprises.
family.
That was so fucking good.
I
so
like
good.
I like
Before I actually
getting
came
reactions out of people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hold
Out
on.
of left field.
That's Marcus's favorite moment.
Wait, I have something for you. Holy shit! Where did that come from? It doesn't matter. It's gonna get at you one way or the other, and I'm gonna wait till the worst possible moment to do it.
Yeah, man. That was fun.
That sounds like Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm just sitting there, like sometimes I'm like, I got something. Just give me the opportunity. I got it.
Can't
And then,
wait.
Bam!
Yeah. I mean, there's been a couple of moments, like, combat-wise, where I'm like, yeah, I did a cool thing.
Yeah, like the Batman,
Oh,
like
and then
Yeah, the
runner up
Batman
is
thing,
obviously
zoom and
when Thor
kick.
came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thor came, for sure.
I actually,
badass.
to be completely honest, my actual favorite moment in the campaign, I can't talk about yet.
Yep, because
Oh,
next
God.
week, stay tuned for her favorite
What day does that episode come out? Just in case.
next Wednesday.
Next
Are we
Wednesday.
sure at what time? Like five?
Noon Eastern.
You should watch the show.
Yeah, you should watch the show
But not that
sometime.
one. Not that one.
I put
Yeah, don't watch
on,
that one.
I put on the show and then like I do other stuff while it's going, so I just miss certain things.
Don't
Well,
worry,
not that-
Cedric. You still
Don't,
have
watch, don't
Kendrick's
you watch that
love.
bit.
I absolutely probably won't.
Whoa.
Swear to God.
Dude has to
Dude.
know everything.
God damn it, Sam.
Dude reads all the
I will
spoilers
try
before
to
playing.
resist.
Don't
By
ruin
the time
it.
he sees it, it might be too late anyway.
What do you
Because
mean?
unless he watches it on Wednesday.
Yeah, right. Because
Sam, I am begging you, for the love
At
of
least
God.
wait till after next set. We record on Thursdays.
I'm gonna watch that episode.
I'm the guy that read the day Harry Potter The Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out. I read the last chapter. I read through all of them. The day that I got there, I'm like, okay, let's go to the last chapter and what happened.
You're insane.
Dick.
I like you.
When I know that there's something that I want to know.
And then you're the guy who's going around Harry Potter ties.
No, I didn't tell anybody.
Spoilers, but Harry Potter ties.
I do that for me. Because I have an obsessive need to know
how it ends.
I need to know.
I used to in high school when I read books, I used to read the last sentence.
Yeah.
So just last sentence isn't enough.
In high school, I wouldn't read.
I read like with the Lord of the Rings. I hadn't developed that yet, but like when I started reading the other books, like the Silmarillion, I knew that you couldn't do it with that. But whenever they put out one of the new compilation books, if I don't know the ending, I probably will. But unfortunately, at this point, there's not much that I could get out of Gerald Tolkien's Silmarillion, his whole works, because I've read basically all of it.
I feel like we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
We were taking a gander.
I want to talk more about this nerd stuff,
off camera.
I really do.
For me, my favorite moment, it's hard to choose. Like, I really liked Ragnarok just because it got the effect that I wanted, which was you all
really
being
good.
like, what the fuck is happening? I don't understand what's happening.
I knew it.
I knew it. Yeah, because you kept saying like that robot gonna.
Yep, come to life.
Just a little peek behind the scenes in developing this. Jotunn was one of the first cities I made when I was building the world. And I was like, I would love like a giant robot dead robot over a city. And then as soon as I came up with it, I was like, ah, shit, that robot's gonna have to destroy that city.
The first thing that popped into my head was, that's Chekhov's robot.
Also about Jotunn, I do the artwork for the show, and I was working on Jotunn, the background, and Steve was like, "Yeah, don't put too much time into it.
Don't spend too much time on
it." I was like, "What? This is like a super cool concept," and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, you just don't need to spend too much.
You got a lot to do, so don't spend too much time giving it detail." Because, I was going to show you. How do you think I feel? I created the whole city map.
You bastard.
And everything.
You bastard.
Knowing full well it wouldn't last.
Hey, we could always go back in time.
You should recreate it in Talespire, man.
So,
oh my god.
That would be way too big.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on our first episode. We did our first episode of Long Rest. There's going to be more of this. They won't all be in person, but we actually have plans for the rest of the episodes. A host. So stay tuned. They'll be live streamed here on Twitch. We'll post them on YouTube as well. forgeoflore.com. We love you all so much. Thank you all for joining.
I also love Cedric's Bone.
Yes.
God damn it.
Make sure you follow us here on Twitch because, as I mentioned, we are still working on scheduling and tech stuff, but we are going to be live streaming the recording of our episodes before we post them to YouTube. And eventually, you'll be able to affect the show, affect the campaign.
Hell yeah, you will.
It's going to be so much fun.
Protect my mother.
She's gonna
I don't know about that. You're probably dead.
My mom.
She's already dead.
She's gonna be dead.
She's already dead. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining us. And until next time, please protect Cedric's mom. Please. We love you very much.
Get the fuck out of here!
Oh, God!
Not in my house! Get out of here!
Hey, whoa, calm down, buddy.